welcome you here back to Grapevine Ford Field here on the campus of Grapevine Faith Christian School. Steve Anthony alongside Jack Wharton. And Jack was busy doing some important things earlier, which is why I didn't have him on the air with me in that short intro. But, Jack, you're here.
I am now, Steve. Thank you for having me tonight. I really appreciate it.
So tonight's senior night, and folks, we have scrambled here at the last minute, and you would not be seeing a picture on your screen right now if it were not for the great Matt Cosby, father of JV quarterback Austin Cosby, and varsity backup.
Yep.
And we, for some reason, our huddle camera, the feed is not working tonight. It is working fine on the app, but we are having a challenge getting the huddle camera to work here on the broadcast. So fortunately, Matt stepped up and offered to go up to the top of the press box, which is where he is tonight, and run the camera for us. So we appreciate Matt doing that for us. And again, that's why you're seeing the images tonight. Right now, you're just seeing the logo, obviously, but you'll be seeing the game. And again, huge thanks to Matt Cosby for that.
Scoot closer to me. I mean, like
Jack, we got plenty of room here. We got room to stretch out here. We're good. We got room to stretch out. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. So I want to talk about some of the stats. You probably didn't hear some of it in the intro, but Clayton Sebecki is only 3 touchdowns away from having the record for. If I might make sure I get this correct here. He is only 3 touchdowns away from breaking the total touchdowns in a single season. So
That's
single
correct.
Season record.
Yep.
And last week, Ben Wagner broke the record for receiving yards in a season. He has 1,145. The previous record was 1,077, so he's beat that by almost 100 yards, and that was over the course of 12 games. And Ben's yardage is only through the first 9 games. So whatever he has tonight, plus whatever he has in the playoff games, will add to that. So excited to get this game underway. This is the last home game, as we mentioned, at senior night. And we appreciate the Coach Brian Partridge doing the announcing. Again, apologies for not being able to hear that in the pregame, as we had issues with the feed and the broadcast and all of that. But we're about to be underway. Yeah, Jack, look.
You keep turning me down.
Because everybody keeps coming in the booth to talk to you, and nobody wants to hear this conversation, so I'm turning your mic off. If you'll just give me a little like this, I'll turn you back on. Having fun, folks. Having fun.
No. Oh, okay. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for having me. Hey, I really want to give a quick shout-out. This is our last game, regular season game. Steve, we'll have a playoff game next Friday night. Unknown opponent, unknown location. But want to again thank our broadcast partners, Dooley and Michelle Dooley, Roberto Gonzalez, and NG Concrete. Really, really appreciate you guys helping us out this season for getting that computer up and running for us. And you know, I want to thank Steve for doing all his legwork for us, because it is a pain. And when he's not in town, he usually gets a call from Steve or Mark and I trying to figure out, where does this plug go? It's like the plug goes into the wall. That's the power source.
Y'all did just fine.
Mark does it. He does a great job, too, for us, too. I'm done off of my 1-game suspension for the human growth hormones that I used to keep up with the pace.
You were out of town at Parents' Weekend. Stop lying to people.
Well, I didn't want people to know that, but I'm back, and despite the people that had, voice shamed me on the internet and wanted Mark to be in here tonight, I am here again, and I am here, and I am proud. I'm here.
Rumors of your demise were greatly exaggerated.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm really looking forward to tonight's game. This is a pretty big ball game for both teams. For the playoff seeding. Both teams, for the most part, I believe, are in the playoffs.
Correct.
And the winner of this game will get All Saints.
Correct. And the loser plays Liberty.
Yeah. And I've already talked to Coach Witten. He's here and available for an interview at halftime for next week's game.
He's all about the interview.
If we play them. If we play Liberty Christian.
The great Will Musig now coming into the booth here.
I'm not talking to him, so I don't need to. You don't need to turn my voice down or anything, Steve. He's not here to see me.
You're good.
But I was just going to say, too, and Steve does a great job of these halftime interviews or the interviews with the coaches. Coach Slaughter, I know, was a great interview for you last season, and I know he would have loved to have been on here tonight. He wasn't avoiding you like other coaches we know. Not going to name names.
Right.
But another thing, too, is this is the last time we're going to face Bishop Dunne in district. They're going to move up to a different district next year, so we won't see them again for another 3 years at the earliest. And also, anybody Liberty Christian we won't face again next year either. So
correct.
Either way, hopefully we've seen the last of Liberty Christian for a long time.
We would, again, we might face them potentially, depending on what happens in the first. But first things first, we got to win tonight. Yeah, you mentioned the game sponsors earlier. We'll get to those. We have the coin toss here momentarily with the captains. But our game sponsor is Reliant Air Conditioning. Reliant Air Conditioning and the Stewart family are proud supporters of Faith Christian School. Reliant Air Conditioning provides comfort to homeowners who don't want to be taken advantage of. Their service techs don't work on commission, and they don't use shady sales tactics. So call 2 other companies first, get their price, then call Reliant Air Conditioning at 877-YOUR-HERO, and you'll see why they've been gimmick-free since '83. That's 877-YOUR-HERO or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com.
I don't like the way you did that, Steve. You got to say, call 877-YOUR-HERO.
You're the
thank you, Reliant Air Conditioning.
You're the voice talent. Now, I will tell you that I think the Reliant guy is supposed to be walking around. So, Jack, I am the proud new owner of an upstairs and downstairs units from Reliant Air Conditioning as of about a week and a half ago.
Oh, man.
We came home from a JV football game with a wet ceiling. Only realized that the plenum had a leak in our 20-year-old system. It was original with the house. And I reached out to Jeff Stewart, and he had his guys out there the next day. And the next day they got our entire system, the old system removed, new system in one day. The 2 crews came out, knocked it out. They were incredible. I cannot say enough things. So this is just one thing to read copy off of a sheet of paper, but it's another thing to be an actual client. So kind of like the hair club thing, right? I am an actual client.
You are not a member of the hair club. I'm going to tell you that right now.
But, cannot say enough great things about Grapevine, about Reliant Air Conditioning. So, all right, well, we are
Bishop Dunne has made their entry into the stadium.
Yeah. Now we talked about this with Coach Holland, or I talked to him actually before our interview. They graduated quite a few, Jack. I want to say 12 or 14. They're really good quarterback and running back last year graduated. So they were, they threw all over us. They threw stuff at us last year at Bishop Dunne that we did not really expect to see and were not prepared for. So the captain's going out for Grapevine Faith, Clayton Sebecki, Ben Wagner, Trevor Williams, Nathan Triggestad, and Max Martin. And Bishop Dunne, Mateo Allen, Taslim Johnson, Dominic Bernal, and Darius Johnson. I believe I have those right. Jarius Austin, apologies if there's any Bishop Dunne folks watching. We hope you are. So appreciate everybody listening here on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network. And the great Matt Sebecki coming up.
I don't know if they allow Diet Coke. Oh, wait, sorry.
So, Jack, I'm hoping there's some energy. I know you were out of town last week. We felt a little flat, and I felt like we were playing a little soft on defense last week against Liberty Christian. I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just saying, like, the players. It had nothing to do with the prep. It felt like that there were some times where we just weren't able to make plays that I think we normally would have.
Yeah, and I didn't catch most of the game. I was at dinner with the great Jake Wharton. But I'll say that based on your broadcast, you could tell that maybe the air came out pretty quick. And that's what you don't want either. As the successor, you really want to just kind of come out fast and step on their throats. And when you're on the other side, it really kind of takes the wind out of the sails, so to speak. So we are hoping that we are on the former side, not the latter.
Correct.
Tonight, and like we were talking before, it's like the winner. This is a pretty big ball game for both teams. Again, you have an opportunity against All Saints, and you have an opportunity against Liberty Christian, but it's just a tall task to ask to win to get round 2.
So Bishop Dunne has won the toss. They have elected to receive the opening kickoff. So we will have prayer and then our national anthem.
Father God, we love you, and we thank you for loving us first. We thank you so much for this cool weather and for the ability to come together on a beautiful Friday night in Grapevine, Texas, to enjoy this wonderful sport of football. We pray tonight that first and foremost that you would be glorified and that your Son would be lifted high, that he would be the most important thing in our lives. We pray that you would place your hand of protection on all of these brave young men as they go onto the field tonight to compete and to give it their all. And we pray that their attitudes would be honorable and would reflect who you are. We pray for a great evening of football, and we thank you in advance for all the things that you have done and will do for us. In your precious Son's name, amen. And now, if you will welcome to the field Clara Nestor to sing tonight's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Whoa. Oh, sorry, Steve. Sorry.
Jeez.
I don't know where we keep getting these young ladies to sing the national anthem, but they are awesome.
They do a great job, don't they?
And Mr. Partridge did a nice job in the pregame prayer. Wonderful pregame prayer. Man, I don't know. I'm kind of excited all of a sudden, Steve. I just got excited. I'm fired up for America, and I'm fired up for this game.
I'm going to say this. I've said it before, and it came to fruition. I believe that Clayton Sebecki is going to have an absolute amazing, monstrous night.
Whoa.
As will Ben Wagner. And I believe that Michael Alford's going to have at least a touchdown or two himself. He's back in the lineup. We missed Michael at the running back position. He's recovering from a foot injury, but he is back. And so Friday Night Lights, folks, there's nothing like it. Jack, you know I'm a big baseball guy.
Yeah.
But, man, there's nothing else like a Friday night with the drum line, the music. It's just different. It really is.
I agree with you, and I think day baseball needs to come back more frequently.
Get some day baseball. Get these kids out of class more often, for crying out loud.
Yes.
Fire up those day baseball games.
Woo. Excited. I'm very encouraged. I hope we make good kicks.
Josiah Roan and Luke Jackson back deep for the Falcons. Here's Josh Holroyd to kick it off for the Lions to start the game here at Grapevine Ford Field. Deep kick over the head of both receivers into the end zone. That'll be a touchback. And you
know what, Steve, I love about this team? The kicker. Kick touchbacks.
Yes. He's a touchdown kind of guy, isn't he? Or touchback kind of guy. So we'll don't know a whole lot about the players for the Falcons this year. Again, kind of a Coach Slaughter kind of having to turn over his team and his roster.
Yep.
So some newer guys coming out.
There's the Reliant Air Conditioning man walking by there, Steve.
Quincy, there he is. There's your hero.
Quick shout out to the great Ben Savage listening from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma tonight.
Quincy Reams in the quarterback. They've got two running backs, a fullback and a running back, and an I formation to start with one receiver out to the right.
It's like you haven't seen an I formation in a while.
Yeah, I know.
Then they broke up.
Then they split out. There's a handoff. Comes to the near side. Ooh. Picks up a couple of blocks. Still on his feet. Breaks a couple of tackles out over the 30-yard line.
That kid's going to put a hit on somebody if he's going to run the football, isn't he, Steve?
Yep, good run there. Number 17, Miles Jackson. So gain of 6 on the play. 2nd down and 4 for the Falcons from their own 31-yard line here in the first series of the game. Just underway. We talked last week, Jack, when the Legacy Christian normally had a 3-man defensive front. They brought a 4-man defensive front, which is not something that the Lions to see. There's a handoff around the right side this time. Breaks a few tackles into the secondary. Nice run there by Josiah Roan, and that's going to be enough for a Falcons first down.
Well, if Josiah's got speed, and number 17, Miles Jackson, has got the brute, because they both different running styles, but man, both pick up some pretty good yardage on the first 2 running plays there.
So we mentioned just underway, 11 minutes, 30 seconds here, only 30 seconds into the game. So
why do we keep facing teams that have good running teams all of a sudden?
Yeah, why don't we schedule people like, hey, do you have a bad running game? All right, we want to play you guys.
I mean, even the bad teams we beat, John Paul II had a good running game as well.
Yeah, they were a good running team. There's another handoff to Roan around the right side, and again out close to another first down. Inside of Lions territory, ball down to the 47-yard line of the Lions, and that's going to move the chains again. So another first down for the Falcons on successive plays.
Steve, they've had 3 runs, basically picked up 25 yards, and all 3 runs have been to the outside. It's almost like we're missing contain, but I don't see that we're missing contain. But
yeah, it's just a pretty straightforward. It's not even a trap; it's just a handoff, and they're taking it around both sides. Last 2 have gone around the right end. This time up the middle, but brings it out to the outside. Matthew Rotella-Kirschbaum, great tackle there by Ben Wagner. Matthew Rotella-Kirschbaum closed off the inside path there for the running back. Jackie had to cut it to the outside, and Ben finished him off.
Yeah, that was a pretty good little tackle there by Ben Wagner. Kind of tracked him down and just stayed with him, and he was trying to shake him pretty quick too, Steve.
It is some quick running backs. We've not seen Quincy Reams, the quarterback, throw the ball yet, so they've only had their formation so far in these first 5 or 6 plays has been just a pretty standard 2-back offense, kind of split-back offense with tight end on each side and 1 receiver out on the far right side. There's a handoff to Roan again around the right side.
I think Roan
looking
goes
for a block.
Right.
And he's finally wrestled down, but again, another first down for the Falcons.
I'm going to give the coaching staff a little tip. Jackson comes left, Roan goes right.
Is that what it is? I don't think this has anything to do with the coach. I think we just got to make tackles here, man.
Well, I'm just saying, if you see Jackson get the ball, he's coming to the left.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
If you get Roan the ball, he's going to the right. It's just interesting. Again, both 2 different styles of running. Jackson, again, a little more of a brute, and Roan, more of a little bit of speed. I don't know, but somebody's basketball player has gotten out on the field. Number 3 is huge for Bishop Dunne.
Their snap back to Reams, handoff to number 17, Jackson. There's a penalty flag coming in, probably in the area of a hold. We'll see what the initial indication is. Yeah, that's a hold against the Falcons, so that's going to back it up. Yeah, there's two Jacksons, Mason Jackson and Luke Jackson. They're both juniors, so I'm assuming they're brothers. Luke Jackson is a 6'2", 170 wide receiver. He's a tall. He's listed as 6'2".
There's no way.
He's easily 6'4", 6'5". Wouldn't you agree?
He looks like a man amongst kindergartners out there. He's huge.
He is really tall.
Yeah.
I'll give him the 170 on his weight. He's pretty thin, but man, there's no way he's 6'2".
I'm going to go stand next to him at halftime.
I mean, there's Ben. I don't know how tall Ben is, but he's a few inches taller than Ben. So Ben, the cornerback here on this side. Clayton Sebecki, the safety on the other side. Here's an inside handoff. Big hit immediately by number 77, Hayden Jobe. Great tackle there by Hayden.
Not really sure why they would try to go down the middle, Steve. They've had success on the outside every time. I don't know why you try to – maybe keep the defense honest, I guess. But at the same time, you got second – it was first down and long. I'd still stay with the running game that you had, which is popping out to the outside.
Second down and 22 now, again from the Lions' 49-yard line. Snap back to Reams.
Whoa.
He's going to keep it, brings it himself, cuts back inside. Oh, hit hard. Quincy Reams tackled hard there. Helped up by Jackson after about a 7-yard gain. So it's going to bring up third down, and we'll call it third down and 15. So the Falcons have been content to run this kind of split back offense with one receiver, and we've not seen him throw it yet, Jack. So maybe they're going to stick to the running game. But you're right, that their success has been running around the ends.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, if you pick up 6 or 7 yards on this play, you can still go for it on 4th down if you wanted to.
Snap to Reams, inside handoff to Jackson. Takes it up the middle. He's stacked up. Gets a gain of about 4 yards or so, so it's going to bring up 4th down and 11.
And that, for me as a Bishop Dunne fan, if I was one, I kind of like that call in the sense that you set up 4th down where you can. It's a gettable 4th down and 10, but I mean obviously that's a long distance, but I mean I like that play than trying to throw the ball and be 4th down and 15 and still.
Well, they keep their offense on the field. They have absolutely no intention of kicking the ball inside of 20 seconds on the play clock, and they're still trying to figure out what play to run, unless they are going to run the play clock down. Right at 10 seconds now.
Moving.
Just now breaking to the line of scrimmage. Right at 5. Oh, they're going to look like a little quick kick here, Jack. So he's moved back. Ball almost went over Reams' head, and he does quick kick it. Hits at the 20. Takes a Lions bounce back towards the middle of the field, so it's down at about the 22-yard line.
Man, they were ticking away on that play clock, but I do kind of like that call for Bishop Dunne. Now, I haven't seen their defense yet, Steve. And, if they think they can tighten up the defense and kind of stifle the offense of Grapevine Faith, I think that was a really good play call.
Well, Ben Wagner, who normally returns the punts, is a cornerback on this near side, and he had to stay at home and cover the receiver, so he was not able to get back and drop back into punt coverage. So the Falcons took advantage of that. But the Lions start with good field position at their own 22-yard line. Snap back to Sebecki, handoff to Michael Offord. Cuts forward, stumbles forward for a gain of about 1 or so. And they give him 1 yard on the gain. So, Jack, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know that he was going to play this week. So I didn't think to ask Coach Holland about the status of his foot. He suffered some kind of microfractures on his foot several weeks ago, and he's been in recovery in a walking boot ever since then. So it's good to see Michael back out there, especially here on senior night. 2nd down and 9. Snap back to Sebecki looking to pass. He's got Ben Wagner here on the near side. He's open. Oh, just overthrown. Ben had a couple yards on Jackson, Luke Jackson, on the coverage for the Falcons.
Yeah, there was no safety help over here on this side either, and so that was going to be for a touchdown. Just a touch overthrown, probably about 2 yards overthrown.
It's a very patriotic look tonight. The Lions in their white pants with a blue stripe, red jerseys with the white numerals outlined in navy with their white helmets. Bishop Dunne in the navy pants, white jersey, navy numerals outlined in red, and they've got red and blue helmets on. So looks like an all-American kind of game.
You going to describe the coaching staff as well, Steve? Khaki pants,
hey,
blue hooded sweatshirt.
Hey, you did the same thing last night.
I know. I like that, though.
There's Sebecki on a keeper around the left side, excuse me. Still on his feet. Oh, come from hit from behind. Big hit there by number 9, Jarius Austin. I will mention that Clayton, who normally has his ankles taped in either navy or red, he is taped in red tonight.
Whoa, that's an interesting tidbit that I've never noticed.
Yes, he's gone blue a couple of times, but last couple of games, last week and this week, he's in that red tape.
Offside on the defense.
Offside penalty against the Falcons.
After the penalty, the Lions will replay.
So going to replay 3rd down. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and they're going to mark it off here. We'll tell you what it is here shortly. About a 3rd down and 4.
Yes, it's there.
We'll call it 3rd and 4, long 4 here.
Okay, go for it.
Offered in the backfield, switches over here to the right side of Sebecki. Sebecki on a keeper here, brings it to the near sideline. Looks to pick up a couple of blocks.
Man.
He's hit hard at about the 31-yard line. And that's going to be just shy of the 1st down by 1 yard. So 4th down and 1 for the Lions. We'll see what they decide to do here early in the game. 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. No score. Again, huge thanks to Matt Cosby, who's up on top of the press box tonight running our camera.
Sorry.
We had
thank you.
issues with our huddle feed, and so last-minute scramble. That's why we had to reset the broadcast for tonight. Coach Ware signaling in the play. Snap back to Sebecki, keeps it. Cuts it back up the middle. He didn't get it, Jack. In fact, he lost a yard on that play.
Defense.
So the Lions defense going to be asked to step up again here as the Lions lose a yard on that play. Nice penetration there by the Falcons front. Wouldn't you agree, Jack?
I would agree. I'm writing notes down here. I was waiting for you to finish up on your discussion. I think, typically that offensive line can get you that 1 yard. But, in this case, it's early. That's a tough yard to get.
Well, saw a lot of emotion there from Clayton when he didn't pick that up. Slamming his helmet a couple of times. He stays out there at the cornerback position on that safety position on that left side. But, he was really frustrated. So the Lions defense has to step up here as they turn it over on downs, and the Falcons take over at the Lions' 30-yard line, 1st and 10. 5.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Reams for the first time looking to pass.
Oh, he's looking for that big man down there. Oh, my.
Almost caught by Jackson. A great play by Ben Wagner.
Boy, he was looking for that big man down
Boy.
the middle. He almost had it, too.
Well, I'll be honest with you, Jack. I'd like to see them throw it tonight because I want to see this matchup. Ben Wagner can absolutely jump to the moon.
Yeah.
And Jackson, as we talked about, is easily 6'4", maybe 6'5", and that kid has got crazy height ability as well, vertical leap ability as well. So that'll be an interesting matchup. Ben he had his hands on the ball. He actually caught it, and Ben went in there and knocked it down before he came down with it. So great defensive play by Ben Wagner. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Probably the first time Ben has had to look up to the wide receiver he's covering.
Right, yeah. There's a handoff to Roan. Takes it around the right tackle. And goes forward for a gain of about 8 on the play. Man, that's their first interior run, Jack, that's had significant yardage.
Roan is he's impressive.
Roan's listed at 5'7", 150, and again, I would argue, I'll give him the 5'7", but I'm going to argue his weight. He's not thick by any means. He's just strong, man. He's just a little bulldog. Good grief, look at those legs. He is just a strong little runner.
Yep.
Neither one, neither he nor Josiah Roan are real. They're both listed at 5'7", as I mentioned, but they're not that tall. But my goodness, are they strong for their size? 3rd down and 3. High snap. Reams brings it down. Run to the near side. Oh, great tackle. Ben Wagner comes up, does a little Thomas Everett style tackle on the runner.
A little 1 yard loss.
And it's a 1 yard loss. Yeah. So 4th down for the Falcons.
It's okay if I talk there, Steve. I just want to make sure it was okay.
The what?
Was it okay to talk there? Okay, sorry.
So there is they're not going to kick. I don't know what kind of kicking game they have. There is a wind tonight out of the south.
Yeah.
And that will factor in. So the Falcons are going from the north end zone towards the south end zone from our right to our left. There's Reams. There's a keeper, kind of an option play. Pitched it out to Roan. He breaks a couple tackles. He's going to take it in the end zone. So touchdown for Bishop Dunne. Well, a lot of football left, so nothing to get down about, but you're going to have to make some adjustments for sure because that running game has been very effective already, Jack.
Yeah, I love that option play. I'm not saying that I love it for the fact that it was against Grapevine Faith, but I love the option play. I think that needs to be brought back to high school football. Yeah,
some creativity there. So the kicker, they do have a kicker, Emmanuel Rosales, who's is in. At least they're lining up for the kick. The wind at his face, and it's blocked and finally recovered, so extra point attempt is no good. So a little bit of a redeeming quality there to that drive. Yeah, that's just, again, give credit to the Falcons, Jack, for a very effective running game, but also some creativity there on that 4th down play. They did the play action, fake handoff to the fullback, or the running back, excuse me. And then Reams rolls out in the option and pitches it to Roan, and he just did the rest on his own.
Yeah, I really like that play. It was obviously very effective. But, yeah, we're going to have to figure out a way to stop that running game, Steve.
See Corbin Irwin, the linebacker, on the sideline. He and Jake Ford, Tristan Dare, Michael Lawford, Hayden Jobe, and
big Corbin Irwin
Austin
fan.
Bowling.
I'm a big Corbin Irwin fan.
But he's down there saying, guys, we gotta figure this out. Let's go.
We gotta do something.
Let's turn this around. So expect them to make some necessary adjustments, hopefully. So Ben Wagner and Clayton Sebecki back deep.
I
wonder if the Falcons have done their scouting, Jack. Will they just kick it off, do you think?
He wouldn't let me even get it out, Steve. I don't think they're going to kick it to either one of those guys.
I'm sorry, Jack. I'm going to shut up the rest of that. Ladies and gentlemen, your play-by-play and your color guy, Jack Wharton.
Why don't you just do the broadcast like yourself? I don't even know why I came back tonight.
Ball gets blown off the tee, so they'll reset it. Reset the play clock.
They don't call me the number one color guy in the business for no reason, Steve.
Jack, of all the color guys in the business, you are one of them.
Well, yep. Number one broadcast team in all of TAPS right here, folks.
There's a deep kick.
Oh, they did kick
to
it.
Ben Wagner. Well, it hits it about the 20. Ben Wagner picks it up to about the 13, brings it up the middle, cuts back to the left side, picks up a couple blocks. He's finally tripped up, but a nice run back to Ben Wagner, almost to the 40-yard line. Lions will start 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line, but a great run. Almost broke that.
Hey, shout out to Dr. Smith. I don't even know. I've not got a text from him, but I'm assuming he's listening to us right now. He's recuperating from a hunting accident. I don't think it was a Dick Cheney type accident, but I think he's recuperating.
Yeah, I've asked him to join us.
Oh, he did. He did.
I asked him to join us and didn't know that he was injured. I had no idea. So, my goodness, prayers for the amazing Dr. Ed Smith.
Quite the story. Maybe we'll have him in the booth next week if we're around, and he can tell it all.
Well, here's the Lions 1st and 10. Sebecki pass here to the near side to Ben Wagner and a wide receiver screen. Breaks a couple tackles, cuts back to the inside. Stacked up, but he's got enough for a Grapevine Faith. Their first down of the game, Jack.
Yeah, nice 11-yard pass and catch there. I like that play, too. I like them setting that up for ladder plays that they're going to do. I think what happens is that you set that cornerback up that you're going to throw that pass again, and then you go deep or you go to the opposite side.
Taslim Johnson, the defensive end, kind of got banged up on that play, and they're going to call official timeout.
Oh, the kicking
tee was still on the field, so yeah, and that gives the Falcons opportunity to sub out for Johnson, who got his hand banged up on that last tackle. Sebecki looking to pass.
Oh, my.
Wide open. Noah Smith cuts back. Finally taken down at the 10-yard line. Big gain there by the Lions. Boy, Noah's played. He's had a good season. We talked in the pregame on the Bobby Hollins show. He had an absolutely ridiculously acrobatic catch last week for the second touchdown that the Lions scored. And he was wide open there. It's just, man, they missed blown coverage there by the Falcons secondary. So 1st and 10, Lions at the Falcons 10. Clayton Sebecki on the keeper. He's in for the touchdown. Grapevine Faith.
Wow, what a drive there, Steve. And, set up by that long 36-yard pass to Noah Smith. And I felt like maybe Bishop Dunne only had 10 players on the field on that play with Noah, but he was wide open.
Yeah.
And just kind of set up that 9-yard rushing touchdown by Clayton Sebecki.
Well, great vision there by Clayton on that pass to see Noah. And then same thing there on the run. Josh Holroyd in to attempt the extra point. Put the Lions on top, and he does. There's a penalty flag down, but the kick is good. We'll see if it's an offside. It'll be assessed on the kickoff. The flag crew. The flag crew came running out. They're dressed in their Christmas.
Right.
They came running out, and they saw the flag, and so they stopped and turned back around, put on the brakes. Maybe they'll come back this time. All right. So the point is good. The point after is good. And Lions, two very different looking drives there, Jack. The first series was a little. It seemed a little uncertain, and that was very, very direct. I mean, they knew what they were going to do, what they were going to run, and they just put their heads down and executed. So, great job there by the Lions to answer after that Falcons touchdown. So your Lions lead 7-6. 2 minutes 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. Again, Lions leading 7-6.
Well, let's see if our kicking tee comes off the field, Steve, on this kick. Steve, did I tell you about that time I was at Texas Tech and
No, please do tell us. Everybody's waiting to hear. We're with bated breath. Giles Holroyd here to kick off for the.
I don't know if you saw the score last night, Steve.
Lions.
Texas Tech 35, TCU 28.
They did. How
Final.
about that? That will go into the end zone. Great kick there by
another great kick,
yeah,
Steve.
yeah.
Another great kick.
We just talked about the importance of that, the significance of that in games where they just don't have an opportunity to return the football.
Hey, you put somebody up 75 yards to go to the score. I mean, then that's a total difference than setting them up for a 50 or
no doubt.
less than that. Last night, the kicking game struggled for Irving MacArthur's freshman squad, but there was no kicking done in that game by Irving MacArthur. But
Nothing happened there.
You missed a doozy in that one, Steve. I
was trying to watch from my flight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Matt Cosby helped us out with the camera work on that one.
Yep, Matt's double duty this week, so thank you, Matt. Falcons 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Handoff here coming to the near side, breaks up the middle, right on the hash mark, and taken down after a gain of about, we'll call it a gain of 3, out to the 29-yard line. Gain of 4.
Job with that tackle. Hayden Job with the tackle, but he had that hand on that football and just kind of tried to drag him down a little bit.
So gain of 4 on the play, we'll call it. 2nd down and 6. 2.5 minutes with the clock running. Lions leading 7-6. Falcons scored on their last drive after a turnover on downs by the Lions at their own 30-yard line. And the extra point was blocked. And the Lions marched down in just a few plays with a significant 36-yard pass from Clayton to Noah Smith. And then Clayton took it in himself from about the 10-yard line, and they lead 7-6. High snap to Reams, handoff straight up the middle. Big run there by number 17.
Man,
that's Miles Jackson. Still on his feet, still going. And holy cow, that was a huge run of about 16, 17 yards there. Yeah. All the way out to the 45-yard line, 46-yard line we'll call it. But my goodness, Jackson just had those legs driving, Jack. And we talked the first series, they were running the ball around the ends. That time they take it right up the middle.
That kid's legs don't stop.
They don't.
I mean, that's the key to running the ball, especially when you get in traffic like that. Just don't stop your legs.
Yep. Yep, solid run there. Coach Slaughter and the Falcons have shown a very effective and efficient running game so far.
Some of the fans have already gotten distraught and started throwing frisbees out on the field, Steve. They need to stop selling
you're thinking
beverages.
of Texas Tech. They're throwing out tortillas. There's a hand
goodness.
Run right back up the middle again. This time, handoff to Josiah Roan, and he takes it out 8 yards inside of Lions territory to the 46-yard line. Oh, they spotted the 45, so gain of 9 on the play.
They just don't stop those legs. That's really key to what their success has been out there on the running game, Steve.
Yeah, as you said, Jack, they've been able to effectively run the ball here up the middle and around the ends, and they've got two options, two very effective options at that, in Jackson and Roan.
Yeah, if I were Bishop Dunne, I'd stay with that running game. Both those make us stop them. Before you start changing your philosophy on the offensive side of the ball.
Sure enough, there's another handoff to Roan. He's taken down at about the 43-yard line, but that's enough for another Falcons first down. Good turnout by Bishop Dunne. They've got the visitor side pretty much packed out, it looks like, for the most part. Good night for football.
It's kind of what a beautiful night.
Kind of sweatshirt weather. It's not like or just a pullover. It's not cold, but it's cool enough to need a little something. Good turnout tonight by the Faith student section.
Yeah, I feel bad I didn't bring my vest that you got me, Steve. I'm sorry about that.
Probably burned it or something.
No, I
still
have it. It's a nice, comfortable vest.
13 seconds left here. This will be the last play. Should be the last play of the first quarter. Handoff to Roan. Takes it around the right side. And he spilled out around the 38-yard line. They mark him at the 39. And that will be the last play of the first quarter.
I think we've done well in a couple games of adjusting at halftime. I think, no, this isn't halftime, folks, but, you really probably got to figure out an answer to this running game from Bishop Dunne.
No doubt. Well, that's the end of the first quarter. Your Lions lead 7-6. You're watching Grapevine Faith Football here on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network. Back here at Grapevine Ford Field. the campus of Grapevine Faith Christian School. Your Lions leading the Bishop Dunne Falcons 7-6. Just finished the first quarter. Reminder that our game day sponsor tonight, Reliant Air Conditioning. Reliant Air Conditioning and the Stewart family are proud supporters of Faith Christian School. Reliant Air Conditioning provides comfort to homeowners who don't want to be taken advantage of. Their service techs don't work on commission, and they don't use shady sales tactics. So call 2 other companies first, get their price, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning at 877 your hero, and you'll see how they've been gimmick-free since 83. That's
877 your hero.
Or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com. Folks, you're not going to find that kind of promotion and that kind of talent anywhere else.
You know, turn on any other broadcast and you're not going to get good broadcasting like us.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Lions jump for a second, but they get back in time. Snap by Reams, hand off to Jackson, takes it around the left side, trying to pick up some blocks. He does, cuts it to the middle, still on his feet, spins around. Still not taken down yet, finally knocked out of bounds. There's a penalty flag down. So I'm going to guess either a block in the back over there or a face mask. We'll see what the
that was a 27-yard run by Jackson.
Big run,
and
good grief.
My goodness, the running backs coach over there must just say, hey, I don't want you to stop running.
Yeah, just keep your legs driving.
Even when you fall down, start keeping your legs going.
So there's a dead ball personal foul against the defense. So that's the penalty was around the 15-yard line, so they're going to mark that off half the distance to the goal. So probably 1st and goal from around the 7. Yeah, Jack, we mentioned before the broadcast that the Lions' next game, they have secured a playoff spot, but the opponent will be determined by the outcome of this game. If they lose this game, they play Liberty, and if they win, they play Fort Worth All Saints. So pretty steep road ahead either way, but first things first, they need to come out tonight and take care of business. Falcons threatening here on the first series in the second quarter. Hand off to Jackson. Taken down to about the 3-yard line. So 2nd down and goal from the 3. Trevor Williams on the tackle for the Lions. Again, huge shout out and big thanks to Matt Cosby, father of football quarterback Austin Cosby. He's on the camera tonight up on top. Our huddle feed having some issues with that, and so Matt stepped in literally at the 11th hour, last minute.
Yeah, I had to go get him off the helmet.
Yeah, it was, when I say last minute, folks, like right before the game started, and he graciously offered to step in. So the Falcons are going to take a timeout and talk things over here.
On behalf of Lisa and Ellen, they would like to give a shout out to Shelly Hunter for all her support for Ellen in the press box. And they would like to thank her for being their #1
So we mentioned Jack tonight is senior night. The seniors were recognized. The senior football players, cheerleaders, drill team,
I'm
Lionettes.
not sure we're going to have a school next year with all the kids that were graduating.
Yeah, that was a big group.
A lot of good kids on that senior recognition too. Been around a while, but yeah, a lot of good kids.
Yep.
You got one coming up at halftime, right?
Yep. Oh yes, yeah. I'm sorry. I was like, wait, we have another. Yes, we absolutely have an amazing senior, Abby Railsback. I'd reached out to John Brooks, who's the vice president of student development here at Grapevine Faith, and said, hey, before the season started, I said, hey, who would be some great candidates for the Stories of Faith interviews? And he mentioned Abby Railsback. She's a senior, has been through just some unbelievable medical challenges, and has been great. And there's a Reams on a quarterback keeper. He's in for the touchdown. So it's Falcons make it 12-7. But Abby Railsback will be our feature Stories of Faith.
God bless America.
What's wrong, Jack?
There was a personal foul right after the play was over with. Unnecessary.
And I was not paying attention. I'll make a little substitution here. Austin Bowling going in the game. Yeah, I guess there was some extracurricular activity. There was some talking or pushing or shoving, but
He's down there in the pile giving them the business, Steve.
given the business.
Hey, Mike.
So that will be assessed on the kickoff, and the Falcons will attempt the extra point again. Now the question is whether or not they're going to try to kick it. I don't see their kicker, so it looks like they're going to keep their offense on the field. And sorry, they did enforce it half to the distance. My apologies.
Yeah.
So 12-7, just underway here in the second quarter. 10 minutes, 54 seconds left. So we're just not even 2 minutes into the second quarter. The Falcons score to make it 12-7.
Love this play.
Here's Reams again on that same quarterback keeper.
Oh, my goodness.
This time the line stacked the box, and he is stopped short of the goal line. So once again, their extra point attempt fails, and the Lions hold. So 12-7, Falcons lead. And the Lions are going to be asked to turn around here and try to answer. Yeah, maybe a little frustration there, Jack, or something at the end of that touchdown?
Yeah, you got beat. There's no reason to get horsey about things, and I don't know why he did that. It's not a good play. We had 2 personal fouls on that drive, Steve. And the personal foul, to me, is the worst penalty. That's just not having self-control. And, and the coaches can't control that, right?
It's one of the fruits of the Spirit, Jack, self-control.
Yes, thank you, Steve. I'll have to go to church with you on Sunday. But I mean, that's the worst. The coach can't control that. Like you can talk about holding can be a coachable thing, and the coaches make mistakes about hey, pay attention to the play call. I mean, there's some stuff coaching does, but the personal foul, there's nothing they can do about that. So it's frustrating. I'm sure as a coaching staff. So.
I agree with you. Yeah, that's one of those things. Like you said, it's a mental error. Whether it's a physical, like a late head out of bounds, it's a mental error that you're just not thinking, and. Yeah, there's still some frustration.
Show it out on a tackle. That's what you need to be doing out there on the defensive side of the ball. Having fun, folks. Just having fun. Come on. Just having fun out here.
There's a kickoff. Clayton Sebecki's going to take this one. Kicks up to him at about the 5. Brings it right back up the middle, over the 20. Finds a couple of blocks out over the 30. Still on his slip.
Goodness gracious.
He was tripped up. I think he had his footing. He started to cut back to his left. And but a great run back there by Clayton Sebecki of about 30 yards or so.
Now, I didn't see the game last week. I just caught the last 3 minutes of the game on the broadcast, Steve, on Mixler.
You didn't miss anything as far as the broadcast goes, Jack. The announcers were terrible.
I know that. I know that to be true. But what I was going to say was I heard that they were kicking it out of bounds to avoid Ben and Clayton. And
7 yards.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we'll just give it to you at the 30 instead of the 25 without a run back. So pass to the far side to Ben Wagner on a wide receiver screen, catches it out over the 45-yard line. So a nice gain of about 8 yards there. That's the one thing we talked about on the broadcast last week, Jack. We could not avoid second and long and third and long situations. It felt like every series it was 2nd and 8, 3rd and 8. Man, we just did not do ourselves any favor. In these last 2 series now, the last one and this one so far, Lions seem to be very effective in trying to minimize those long third down plays and second down plays. Ball at their own 46-yard line. Clayton Sebecki by himself in the backfield, looking to pass. Looking for Ben Wagner. Oh, good play there. Luke Jackson on the defensive play and tips it away. Almost came down with an interception there, Jack. It was underthrown.
It seems like we may have been kind of trying to put a square peg in a round hole on that play, Steve, just because he had safety help on that side. I wasn't looking to this side, but usually when you bring that safety over with the help to the cornerback, he might look to the other side. But
Ben was asking for a Jack. Ben was asking for a flag. No flag there. 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was. But
yeah, I think it was good coverage. Just a little underthrown, but the defenders were definitely playing the ball.
Man.
So 3rd down and 2. Sebecki on the pass again. Flushed out of the pocket. Rolls out to his right. Cuts back up. Hit hard, but he's in. He's over the line to gain for the first down. So that's going to move the chains. He's taken some. So far, he's taken some pretty sizable hits, I think.
Yeah,
Jack.
I would say that these guys are on Bishop Dunne are hitting pretty good.
Yeah. Lions looking for the play to be signaled in.
Yeah, I'm sure he does not want to be running the ball like that either.
No, and they probably don't want him to. He was a design pass play. He was flushed out of the pocket. So quick pass out to the side to Ben Wagner. There's a penalty flag down.
I think. Oh gosh.
There's another penalty flag down, so it looks like probably a late hit out of bounds on that side.
Yeah.
There are multiple penalty flags. Down
So a lot of laundry here we got to have to sort out. See what the head linesman here on this near side, I don't see what he had. If he had a
This one down here.
offsides or a false start or
I mean, the false start, typically the whistle is dead ball play there, Steve. But
well, that's true.
I don't
yeah.
know that it didn't.
Illegal formation or something? Maybe I don't know.
Could
We'll
have
see.
been. I'm not sure. The referee is pointing towards Grapevine Faith.
Coach Ware's giving him an earful.
That's the second one for him.
So an eligible man downfield. I'm not sure how that happened because they literally threw the ball after it was snapped to him.
Yeah.
Then there's a dead ball personal foul against the Falcons.
on the defense.
So that is going to result. They'll enforce that since it's a dead ball foul.
Marker is
So with 15 yards, that'll
that will
result in a Grapevine Faith first down.
Let's go.
A lot to sort out there, but yeah, Jack, I don't look. I get it. If sometimes on a screenplay they'll release too early. If you've got decent coverage or blocking in the pocket,
Yeah.
one guy will release and you have somebody downfield. He literally caught the snap and threw the ball out to Wagner. How in the world do you have an illegal man downfield is
Yeah,
beyond me,
Steve,
or ineligible.
Referees do make mistakes.
Show some grace here. Sabecki looking to pass again. Caught by Nathan Triggerstead.
Wow, nice catch there.
Yep, that's enough for another Grapevine Faith first down. So they'll move the chains again. So the chain gang awful busy tonight over there. Who's on our chain gang tonight, do you know?
Yes, it's going to be Mark Edwards, Braxton Corley.
No, Braxton's right down here.
Okay, Braxton not on the chain gang tonight. I was told, and then I was told it's Mr. Kirschbaum on there.
Oh, okay. All right. Keeper by Sabecki was going to come to the near side, cuts it back up to the inside. And again, wrapped up around the 25, maybe 26-yard line. Physical game already. The Falcons have shown a lot of physicality.
One other thing I'd mention too, Steve, we've had a lot of receivers tonight catch a ball.
Yeah.
We're moving the ball around offensively, which is also key, keeping the defense on their heels. Hopefully. But, yeah, I think moving the ball around is really key to success.
I agree with you.
Oh,
Schedule looks like to be a quick pass. There's a penalty flag down.
That's going to be a hold.
And the result of the play there, a gain of about 2, but we'll see what the flag is. Jack, you're rarely wrong, Jack, so I'm going to agree with you. It's probably a hold.
Oh, my God, you haven't talked to my wife lately. She says I'm wrong all the time.
You know what? We might bring her up at halftime and have an
that should be
interview
a
with her.
Stories of Faith just to deal with me.
That's good stuff. That's good
So
stuff.
how do you deal with him on a daily basis?
Right?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
holding on the
Sure enough, holding.
I'm sorry, Steve. I couldn't hear you. Were you saying I was correct?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yes, I was. Well, Jack, this can't be confusing at all. There's John Paul II is playing John Paul II tonight.
That's just a comment.
And John Paul II is beating John Paul II 21-7. I'll let you figure that out, who's who. Get you some other scores here from around tabs here shortly. Second down and 16. Clayton Sabecki looking to pass. Looking deep. Oh, almost intercepted. Intended for Noah Smith.
No, that was Nathan Trigger.
Nathan Trigger said, excuse me, Luke Jackson went up. Again, that kid, he's not done a great job of pulling the ball in, but my gosh, can that guy jump.
Yeah, on that pass play, it's a nice pass. I mean, it takes a lot of touch to throw that. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, we're being told to turn your mic, to have your mic
A
there.
lot of
Yeah,
fans
that's
out there.
My father-in-law,
nursing-
Rick Jensen.
Rick Jensen, thank you. I know you're not in a nursing home, but some of those ladies wanted to hear my voice at the local nursing home.
Thanks for confirming that.
I mean, that was a nice pass by Clayton. It just needed to be a little bit more to the inside of that, and I think Triggerstead scores on that play.
So third down. About 17. Pass here to the near side.
Nice.
Caught by Ben Wagner. Close to the 20-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. Looks like he's going to be stopped just short.
Yeah, about 2 yards short of the first down, I think, Steve. So
The wind has kind of died down there. It is fluctuating a little bit. I think Josh could definitely hit from here, but the Lions are going to keep their offense on the field, which I anticipated.
I don't sense that we would. We haven't kicked very much this year, have we?
Fourth
have
down.
we kicked a field goal? Yes, we did.
I think he's kicked 2.
Early in the year.
Or 3. He's kicked 3 because we had 1 a couple weeks ago. All right. Fourth down and 2. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line of the Falcons. Lions trailing 12-7, 7 minutes, 25 seconds left. Keeper by Sebecki. Takes it around the right side. He's got the first down and more inside the 20-yard line down to the 17-yard line. That'll move the chains.
Nice run there by Clayton. The interesting thing about runs like that is it looks like he goes a lot further down the field than he does, and it's only like a 5-yard pickup. But he seems to be moving his legs pretty good as well.
A few more scores around the taps. Grace Community in a non-district game against Covenant, tied at 14 in the first quarter.
Holy moly. That's an interesting score.
All Saints, 15-0 over Fort Worth Christian in the second quarter.
Ooh.
So Lions first and 10, clock running 6:50, trailing 12-7 to the Falcons.
6, 5, 4.
4 seconds left on the play clock. They do get it snapped. Pass by Sebecki.
Oh,
Caught by Ben
gracious.
Wider. Jumps out of a tackle in for the touchdown. Grapevine Faith.
Wow, what a passing catch there. Just kind of threaded the needle on that one, Steve.
Yeah, it was.
Playing down to their level.
Yeah, it was a great pass and catch. Clayton hit Ben Wagner about the 5-yard line, and he looked like he was initially wrapped up by about 3 defenders, and then broke free and took it into the end zone. So Lions take a 13-12 lead. Falcons have scored 2 touchdowns and have missed both of their extra point attempts.
I know I've been off for a week, Steve, but I feel like Clayton's getting the ball out of his hands quicker than he has.
It does look like, I agree with you, it looks like a quicker release tonight. I would agree. Josh Holroyd with the kick, and it is good. So the Lions extend their lead 14-12, 6 minutes, 38 seconds left here in the first half. Remind you to stick around at halftime for our Stories of Faith with senior Abby Railsback. That name sounds familiar. Her mom, Callista, is the school nurse at the Worth Street campus. And just an amazing story. Abby endured 3 brain surgeries this summer and had an aneurysm, and man, they nearly died. They had life-saving surgeries that they had to perform.
I feel like you're gonna be the guy from Fox that does the pregame on college football who's gonna get you to tear up a little bit. Is this story what you're gonna do to me?
No.
Okay.
Well, it's you can watch. I got emotional during the interview. I will tell you that.
It's like Tom Rinaldi. It's always Tom Rinaldi.
Yes, Tom Rinaldi.
Does some sort of story, and I'm like, why is Tom Rinaldi making me cry on a Saturday morning?
Midland Christian.
And by the way, I want Santa needs to pick up the pace a little bit. That was moving really slow, and the flag was not out far enough.
That's Jackson Pierce that was on our Stories of Faith last week.
Jackson Pierce needs to pick up the pace a little bit.
We'll tell
get that
Jackson.
flag out.
Jackson Pierce. 21-3 Midland Christian over Southwest Christian in the second quarter. Midland Christian will be in the Lions district starting next year after the realignment. McKinney Christian up 14-7 over Brook Hill in the second quarter.
I've got our lodging scored away for that Midland Christian game next year, Steve, if we're on the road. Yeah.
We got Aunt Sally's house, and what do we got?
Number one superfan Scott Kidwell out of Midland will host us as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Scott, we look forward to that. Josh Holroyd to kick for the Lions. Into that win, kind of a short kick, fielded at the 15-yard line by Roan. Still on his feet, out over the 45-yard line. So Josiah Roan on a really nice return there by the Falcons.
I can see why this team stuck around with a lot of other teams that they've played this year, Steve. They've got such a nice little game. They're not getting out of their rhythm like these other teams we got on top of early, like John Paul II and Cormdale.
I agree. Yeah, they're a very disciplined football team. We saw that last year. Coach Slaughter.
And he had more talent last year, too. But, I mean, based on the paperwork, but this team looks pretty good. I hate to be a Bishop Dunne homer, but.
First and 10 from their own 42. Penalty flag down. There's Jackson on the carry all the way out to midfield, but looks like that's going to come back.
Offsides.
And let's see. Corbin Irwin on the tackle for the Lions. See what the penalty is. And, folks, is Jack Wharton ever wrong? The answer to that is no.
Well, I saw
one.
the guy.
Okay. You saw him offside. Okay.
Yeah. No. I mean, I saw the referee signal the offsides on the other side.
Okay.
The line judge. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Yep, number 17 with a nice little run there.
Well, the Falcons declined that penalty because it was an 8-yard run there by Roan. So 2nd down and 2, ball right at midfield. 6 minutes, 9 seconds left here in the first half. Low snap to Reams, handed off to Jackson, and he is stacked up. It's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. It's going to bring up a big 3rd down and 1.
It's going to stop. It's going to stop.
Boy, and we talked about it earlier. They're just telling you, hey, we're going to run the football. You better stop us.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not doing anything fancy. There's no trick plays that we've seen, knock on wood, so far.
Their offensive linemen are just exploding off the ball and going head-to-head with our linemen, and then they're gaining some yardage. And then helped out by the running game. They just don't stop moving their legs.
Well, again, we've got 3 very effective runners in Reams, including Reams, the quarterback. Now, they've got one running back now. They've got looks like Roan over kind of in a slot position. There's a handoff to Jackson. Oh, keeper by Reams on a fake handoff. He breaks a couple of tackles. It gets into the secondary. More than enough for the first down. And down to the Lions' 33-yard line.
Man, that was a nice little play right there.
Yeah, Jack, if you look at some of their scores, they lost to Fort Worth Christian 47-13. Preston Wood 49-7. I mean, they played some tough teams. Legacy Christian that we lost to last week, 45-14. They lost to them 48-18. They beat Coromdale 30-27. And
just when you think you can stop Jackson, Reams just takes the ball.
Yeah. And then if it's not, now again, they've got Roan over here again on the slot position on this side. Another handoff to Jackson. Started over the left side, breaks it back to this near side. Still on his feet, finally taken down, but another first down run by the Falcons.
That was like a nice 20-yard run right there, Steve. He never stops moving his legs.
First down, Falcons.
Yeah, it's impressive to see, man. They again, I have a feeling they're going to try to throw to Roan here in the slot at some point. He seems right now he's just been kind of a decoy. Luke Jackson, the tall wide receiver that we've been talking about, and defensive back, is out on that far side. But Roan's in kind of that slots position.
Yeah, and interesting, they bring that number 10 is lined up at that right behind the center, Emmanuel Rosales, it looks like. He comes through that hole and gives that lead block for this. There he goes.
Keeper by Reams here on the near side. One man to beat, cuts back inside. Nice open field tackle there by Christian Corley.
Here's what I'd tell you. If I was the defensive coordinator for Grapevine Faith, I'd watch that number 10 and see which direction he tells his guys, hey, if 10 goes to your side, there's a running game coming right behind that.
I'm looking for 10 right now. Let's see. Is it 10 or 0?
Maybe 0.
Right there, 0 right there? Is he second from the –
Oh, Taslim Johnson? No, I don't know. Maybe
is he right next to number 4?
Yeah, just watch him. But watch where he lines up. He lines up behind the center, left or right, and then it's usually to that side when the running game's going.
He's just off one side of there. It's got to be 0, right? Yes.
No.
Now he's –
That's not who it was. Yeah, it was. I guess it was.
Okay.
Watch. He's coming to the side. See?
There's a penalty flag down.
This could be illegal. Was that a kick?
Yeah, it looked like a kick, yeah. Lucas Sixtus on the everybody was kung fu fighting. He kind of just stuck his leg out there. And false start against the Falcons.
Yeah, no, it is 0. But watch where he lines up, and I think both times they've run. Well, the times I've been paying attention, he's been coming to that side, and he sometimes lines up inside the center, inside the guard. I'm sorry, and then he comes to the outside,
almost like a tight end.
Yeah.
But you're right. He is kind of over that guard, and then just slides out.
Yeah. He's a big kid too. I don't know what size.
Kind of a slot back. They've got. Yeah, they don't have his height or weight listed.
He's big and wide.
2nd down and 8.
So now
ball at the 10-yard line.
2 running backs in the backfield again now. In an odd formation.
Yeah, they're off to the side. There's Reams on a keeper to the left side. Breaks a couple of tackles, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Goodness gracious.
Quincy Reams takes it in for the Falcon touchdown.
So, man, that running game for Bishop Dunne has been powerful in this first half. 2 minutes, 39 seconds left here in the first half. The Falcons retake the lead 18-14. Their offense is going to stay on the field to go for 2. So kind of a heavyweight slugging match here, Jack, just trading punches right now.
Yeah, that drive was 58 yards, and there was 5 running plays there.
Plenty of time for the Lions to score here before the end of the half, and they will receive the opening kickoff in the second half. The Lions will.
Yeah, there were 6 running plays covering 58 yards on that drive there, Steve. And, the only setback was the 5-yard penalty on the false start.
There's Reams looking to pass. Back of the end zone is overthrown, intended for Jackson. And for the third time after a touchdown, the Falcons' point after try is no good.
And we've talked about it from our perspective before. I don't like the chasing of the points early on in the game. I would just and maybe we're going to see the 2-point conversion going forward anyways from them because their kicking game is not confident. But at the same time, I think it's early to be chasing points like that. But
I think that has everything to do with the fact that they don't trust their kicking game, and it's not really it's really not the it's not the issues with. Trying to gain points, as you said. So 2 minutes, 39 seconds left here in the first half. Here on Senior Night at Grapevine Ford Field. Bishop Dunne Falcons leading your Lions 18-14. Come up at halftime. Have some more Senior Night activities and our Stories of Faith with Senior Abby Railsback. Encourage you to stick around for that. Really, really powerful, moving testimony from her. A few more scores around the area. Weatherford Christian down to Booker, 28-14 in the second quarter. Lubbock Christian up 16-13 over Mercy Culture in the second quarter. Midland Christian still up 21-3 over Southwest Christian in the second quarter. All Saints up 22-0 now over Fort Worth Christian in the second quarter. Kickoff been received at about the 15. Cuts it back towards the right side. Brings it back here. The ball is down fortunately recovered by the Lions.
Wow.
Ooh, that was almost catastrophic.
Man, I wish Ben had cut it back earlier to this side. There was so much room on this side. But, you can't see all that out there. So
he saw it a little bit late, started to cut back, and then Falcons got their hands on the ball, knocked it loose, but Trevor Williams right there to recover it for the Lions. The Lions take over, first and 10 from their own 24-yard line. 2 minutes, 32 seconds left here in the first half.
Well, I think we've got enough time on the clock to make something happen here, Steve.
Yeah, sorry, I had a frog in my throat or something.
Oh my goodness, Steve's got tuberculosis.
Sent back to Sebecki, looking to pass. He's got Noah Smith.
Ball
falls incomplete. There's a flag down.
Oh my gosh, boy, I was about to have a heart attack, Steve. Sorry about that, folks.
Well, we need a physician up here immediately. Jack almost went to cardiac arrest, ladies and gentlemen.
Sweet Lord above.
Yep.
Thank you, Lord.
Good play there by Noah, trying to go back for the ball, and was held the whole time for sure.
By the way, I don't know if that was planned or not, but the way Clayton was talking to Ben on that side, it almost looked like he was coming to Ben's side and then came back to the opposite side and went to Noah. I love seeing Noah out there get some action, and you got Noah, you've got
Triggerstead,
you got
Charlie
Wagner.
Bunch.
Charlie Bunch is out there. Charlie Bunch had a great game last night. Now I know it was just JV, but still at the same time had a great game.
First and 10 for the Lions out at their own 39-yard line. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. There's a jet sweep to Ben Wagner. Picks up a couple of blocks. Stays in bounds. Taken down out of bounds right at midfield.
Wow, nice 11-yard pickup there. Whoa, they're going to give him a 10-yard pickup there by.
Yep, that's going to be a first down and move the chains again. Stops the clock with 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. Again, your Lions trailing 18-14. Falcons have scored 3 touchdowns, have been unsuccessful on all 3 of their extra point attempts. Lions will receive the opening kickoff for the second half.
Noah should not have worn blue shoes tonight. They can find him with those blue shoes.
You're right. Snap back to Sebecki. Good pressure. Looking for Ben Wagner down the middle of the field. He goes up. Nice defensive play there.
That was good.
Double, almost triple coverage there in Ben.
Yeah, that was pretty good coverage.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna have to beat Jackson, and we saw that on that very first pass play in the first quarter, Jack, from scrimmage that Clayton threw. Ben had the defender beat by 2 or 3 yards, and Clayton just barely overthrew him. But you're gonna have to beat that guy. You're not gonna be able to throw it up. Ben's so talented most of the time you can just throw it up, and he's gonna out jump the defender, but not tonight, not with Jackson. And he's moving around with Ben. They've got him one-on-one with Ben. So wherever Ben goes, he's going.
Yeah, dare I say that this Bishop Dunne team is better than last year's Bishop Dunne team. I thought last year they ran all over us pretty good, but this is a pretty good Bishop Dunne. Yeah. Both sides of the ball. He had a
penalty flag. That's going to be delay a game against the delay a game against the Lions. Going to back them up 5 yards. So 2 minutes, 6 seconds left here in the first half. And again, the Lions trailing 18-14. Lions have all 3 of their timeouts left. Michael Alford in the backfield now as a running back.
Well, we hadn't seen him back there.
Low snap. Sebecki picks it up, chased out of the pocket, keeps it, finds a couple of blocks, still on his feet. Great run there by Clayton Sebecki. That was all Clayton.
Yeah, my gosh. That was a nice 14.5-yard pickup. Nope, they're going to move the chain.
First down run there by Clayton Sebecki on second down and 15.
Quick shout-out to Kevin Foreman and Scott Kidwell in Midland, Texas, listening in on it.
Keeper by Sebecki again. Gain of about 2 on the play. And the Lions will take their first time out of the half. Gain of 2 on that play since we got a second down and 8. Lions are going to talk this over. 1 minute, 40 seconds left here in the first half. And again, Falcons leading 18-14.
Whew, I'm nervous. I don't even know why.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Jack. I was not looking past this game, but I didn't expect this at all from Bishop Dunne. And we talked about the running game, man. I mean, they've thrown it a couple of times, but, man, the running game has been, powerful.
I do think the first thing that Coach Holland and some of his other staff is going to have to do is go into that locker room and figure out how to stop that run. I wouldn't even know where to start. I mean, it's just even if you got them to just slow down just a touch, but that number 17 Miles Jackson, that kid's legs never stop. I like I said jokingly earlier, I don't think his legs are stopping even when he's on the ground. He was moving still. That kid's got some power, and he's got some football IQ to find the hole where it needs to go.
Yeah, that's a great point, too. Yeah, he's got great eyes, great vision on the field. Second down and 8 here for the Lions. Again, 1:40 left here in the first half. Lions with 2 timeouts left. Sebecki looking to pass. Pump fake. He's got Ben Wagner wide open. Oh, knocked away at the last the last minute by Jackson. Boy, he had him wide open. He was past the Jackson bid on that pump fake.
I was watching the pocket and the last couple throws Sebecki has thrown. He's just had just enough time to get that ball out, but they've been in there as well. I wouldn't say he's rushed. He's just got just enough time to make that pass play, and then nice pump fake, and then Ben was wide open just to probably touched too much air underneath that ball.
Yeah,
that one.
underthrown just a little bit.
Not much. That's a tough throw to make.
Third down and 8. Sebecki looking to pass. Pass here to the far side. Caught by Nathan Triggerstead. Breaks the tackle, stays on his feet. Knocked out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. There's a penalty flag down. So hopefully that'll add another 15. I think Nathan may have stepped out of bounds and he got hit out of bounds. So first down, great play there by Nathan Triggerstead.
Yeah, nice little 12-yard pickup there, Steve.
He was kind of hidden, Jack. He kind of played a little possum on that far sideline. And I don't think they saw him. That's a personal foul that's going to add 15 yards to the end of that run. But a great run there by Nathan Triggerstead.
Did you see the possum on the broadcast last night in Lubbock?
I did not.
Yeah. Had a whole discussion about the possum and the nativity of the possum to the Lubbock area. I didn't know that there was such a thing.
Did you say the nativity?
Well, not the nativity scene, the nativeness, I guess, of the possum. I don't know how you say it.
I don't think it's nativity.
Well, there was no nativity scene.
There was a possum in the nativity scene?
Although some people think that is heaven over there in Lubbock.
Well, 1st and 10. Oh, my gosh, here we go. 1st and 10, ball at the Falcons' 13-yard line. Minute 26 left.
Go.
Clayton on the keeper, cuts it back to the middle of the field. He's taken down inside the 10-yard line, so a nice 5-yard gain there.
Clock stop.
Timeout called by the Lions. That's their second of the half, so they have one more remaining. Oh, it's official timeout, excuse me.
Okay, I'm going to cross that out. Steve, I'm going to keep track of these timeouts.
Let's see, they call.
What are they doing over there? I don't know that they have the chains quite set from the first down play.
Okay, all right.
But now they are set, so it's going to be 2nd down and
Yeah, second
5.
down and 6, we'll call it. Ball right at the 10-yard line. Clock continues to run. A minute 10 left. Plenty of time here. Lions still with their 2 timeouts, trailing 18-14. Sebecki with Michael Alford in the backfield. Right at a minute now. Here comes Ben Wagner in motion. Jet sweep to Ben. Tries to catch a couple blocks. There's a penalty flag down.
We're going to have a hold there, Steve.
Ben's thrown down around the 5-yard line, but that is going to stop the clock momentarily. Figure out what this penalty flag is, and you're right, Jack. Probably not. You've been right all along.
I tell my wife that every time.
We got to tell April, hey, April, Jack's right.
Yeah, she should know that by now.
All right, so we'll sort this out. Yeah, that is a hold.
Holding on the offense.
It's going to back them up 10 yards. So they're going to replay second down, but that'll negate a nice run there by Ben Wagner on the jet sweep.
Freeze 43.
So.
Yeah. What do you?
So.
52 seconds. Clock's running. 52 seconds. Oh, there's a penalty flag down.
Penalty flag.
What are they?
Down on the field.
I don't know what they're going to call
think
here. Did they
it's-
not
I think-
set the ball? Or?
Oh, it's a false start.
now
The
they're-
Lions are signaling against the Falcons.
Oh, maybe illegal substitution? Too many people on the field? What are we calling here?
It was weird. They didn't look like the Lions got set.
Offside.
Offsides. So Jack, you were not wrong on that because
was
you
not
didn't
right.
claim one.
No.
You were table talking. Hey, is it illegal, man? Illegal
Well, there was
substitution? You were just kind of throwing it around. So that's okay.
I'm not going to lie. There was a lot of stuff going on there.
There was.
It almost like the they hadn't even set the ball yet, and we had already snapped it. So
All right, so reset here. 49 seconds left. Second down and 8. Ball spotted at the Falcons' 13-yard line. Lions trailing 18-14.
What you got there?
Snap back to Sebecki looking to pass. In the end zone, intended for Ben Wagner.
caught.
Oh, it's touchdown! Unbelievable catch. I thought that thing was incomplete. Oh my gosh, that was a great catch. I don't know how Clayton threaded the needle with that, Jack, but that was an amazing pass. No flags on the play.
I'll say this: I don't keep the stat. I keep the stats for myself when we're in the broadcast, but I don't keep the stats for the whole season. But that he might be having one of his better throwing games of the season, and they're like on the number. I mean, we've talked about some of the higher passes have been kind of caught by the wind, but my goodness, he's had a great game so far.
Low snap picked up by Christian Corley and spotted nicely to get the kick through. So the Lions lead now 21-18. 44 seconds left here in the first half. There's our flag crew running across.
Okay, he looks like he's picked. Santa looks like he's picked up
Yes,
the pace just
Jackson-
a touch so far.
Jackson has picked up the pace there to.
I'm gonna have to go down at halftime and talk to those boys, get them motivated for the second half.
Yes, they've asked for somebody to come and give a halftime motivational speech, and they've requested Jack Wharton. So
9 times out of 10, that's the best crew on the season. But tonight, not tonight.
not tonight.
No, I'm just kidding. They are doing great. I'm just having fun. That's my Herb Brooks. 9 times out of 10, these guys are going to beat you, but not tonight.
Not tonight.
Tonight, we skate with them. It's a great sports movie, Steve.
That is a great sports movie. Miracle.
It's a great sports story in general.
Miracle on Ice. All right. So 44 seconds left here. Lions leading now, took the lead back, leading 21-18. They will receive the kickoff that opens the second half. Remind you to stick around at halftime for our Stories of Faith with senior Abby Railsback. Reminder of our game sponsor, Reliant Air Conditioning, Jeff Stewart and that family. Super appreciative of their sponsorship of Grapevine Faith Athletics. Hey, Gigi Corley is watching from Clovis, New Mexico. He's always faithful. Did you send Trey Dickert the link for the
I didn't know he needed it. Where is
for the
Trey
game
Dickert?
stream?
Is he not here?
He's in Mexico. He just landed, he says. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Kick received by Jackson at the 3. Brings it right up the middle.
Come on.
Yeah, we got to put some licks on some guys.
We got to hear some leather popping there, Steve.
That's what we saw last week, Jack, was just You guys aren't coming in hitting. There's
okay. I don't know what you're trying to do there.
Yeah.
Thought I had some markings on
Yes.
there. From Steve. Thank you. Oh, look, we got a little tee guy out there. He runs out there to get the tee. I haven't noticed that yet so far this season.
Yes, sir. All right, so 36 seconds left, and the guarantee of the
good football game tonight, Steve.
Yeah, it's a close one. I'd like for it to not be so close, but see what happens here. Handoff, or
come on now.
Reams keeps it, stays on his feet, out over the 45-yard line.
I don't mind them running the clock. They only have they got 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, maybe they seem content just to run. I figured they'd try to stop it here and run a couple of plays and see what they could do. So
maybe they're just getting in field goal range. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm kind of glad that they're not trying.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to run one more play. There's 9 seconds left here, clock running.
Watch zero. Oh,
a penalty flag down. Handoff here to Jackson, taken down immediately. Nice play there by Clayton Sebecki to get in there on the tackle.
Illegal shift.
The illegal shift. That should do it for the first half, and it looks like it will. Well, yeah, that's going to be in the first half. Well, Jack, we talked about the effective running game of the Falcons and the fact that the Lions were able to come back and kind of trading punches. But to your point, that halftime discussion is probably going to have to involve something around stopping that running game.
Yeah, I think 2 things I would stop the running game, and probably one way to do that is get your pads lower than your defensive line needs to get their pads lower than the offensive line. That's the first thing they need to do. But man, if we can stop that running game, we'd have a football team here tonight. Football game.
Well, we are going to keep the broadcast here momentarily for Grapevine Faith. The drum line is on the field. Anticipate the Lionettes will be performing as well, along with the Grapevine Faith cheerleaders. Bishop Dunne is setting up their band to perform, so we'll hear from them as well. So we'll keep it here for now so you can hear the drum line, and then we'll bring it back for the Stories of Faith with Abby Railsback. So a halftime score, your Lions leading the Falcons 21-18, right here from Grapevine Ford Field. Appreciate you listening here and watching the Grapevine Faith Sports Network.
Wilson. The Faith Drumline also won the state's TAPS title in 2020 and are 4-time state champions for the front ensemble caption. They've been invited to perform an exhibition at the Lone Star Classic at Marcus High School next Saturday. Your Faith Drumline. Give it up once again for your Faith Drumline!
Grapevine Faith Drumline being recognized there. State champion winners, the Grapevine Faith Drumline is from last week from the state championship. So I want to tell them congratulations, extend a warm welcome to them. And we're going to cut to our stories of faith. You're watching Grapevine Faith Football here on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network. It's senior night, and we're at halftime of the Grapevine Faith Bishop Dunne Falcons game. It's time for our stories of faith. We've had some Grapevine Faith finalists share some of their stories of faith this year. John Brooks, Kevin Abercrombie, Derek and Brittany Ware, Michael Offord, Bryce and Michaela Ruiz, Matt Lambro, Trey Dickert, Lucy Hunt, Audrey Norman, Lincoln Cox, and last week Jackson Pierce. And this week we get to sit down with senior Abby Railsback, who has just a truly unique and really amazing testimony and story of faith. Abby, I'm excited to sit down with you, and I'm so thankful for you being willing to share your story, and I think it's going to touch a lot of people. So thank you for sitting down with me.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's start out as a way of introduction. Tell us a bit about yourself, how long you've been at Faith. Tell us a bit about your family, all the good stuff.
Yes, I have two younger brothers. Charlie's 16, and he's a sophomore. Caden is 13. He's in 7th grade. And then we have two dogs. Chewy's about 5, and Sandy's 2. And then this is my second year at Faith.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Now, y'all don't listen, the three of y'all don't listen by yourself. You have a couple of parents, don't you?
Oh, yes, we do. Of course we do. Can't forget about them.
Right. Jazz and Callista. If the name Railsback sounds familiar to the middle school and elementary kids, it's because Callista, Abby's mom, is a school nurse at Worth Street. So I want to make sure we give her a shout. That's pretty cool, I guess, having a mom as a nurse, isn't it?
Yes, it has its pros and cons. For sure, couldn't ever get away with being sick at home.
Right.
No, never.
Well, as we talk about your story, your testimony, I think it's even more important that that you were blessed to have a mom that's a nurse. But
Sure.
even though you've been at Faith only a couple of years, I mean, you dove right in. I mean, you're active in a lot of things. Praise team, Spirit. I saw you in overalls a couple weeks ago. Tell us about all the stuff that you do at Faith.
So at Faith, I'm in theater, and I'm the chaplain for that, which I love. I think, being chaplain for that is not an opportunity a lot of people get. And then I'm also in the chapel band, which I also absolutely love. And then
You do some stuff outside of Faith, though, too. Are you active with your church and
I
things
am.
like that?
I'm very active with my church, so I work there at the coffee shop, and then I also do a lot for the worship team there, which is also beyond amazing. And I'm so blessed that I have that opportunity to do it, not only at school but at church too.
That's so cool. Yeah. Well, last year your life was forever changed when you found out that you had a lesion on your brain, which started causing seizures. And you were diagnosed with epilepsy in September of last year. And I think that's unbelievably scary for a grown adult. I cannot imagine as a young woman, a teenager, what that must have been like. I mean, how was that when you heard that news and they told your family? Like, what was your first response?
Well, so these, what we obviously found out were seizures, I've had my whole life. And so for me, it was really finally getting answers to it all and understanding what these were. And so that definitely obviously started that journey. And just, I think getting the answers may not be the ones we wanted or, but definitely the ones that we needed.
You at least knew kind of what was going on and trying to, some sort of treatment plan could follow from that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you were diagnosed with cortical focal dysplasia, and you've been on this journey to become seizure-free for a while. But then this summer, you had an exploratory brain surgery, and as a result, got an aneurysm, unbeknownst to anybody. Mm-hmm. And then you guys get on a plane, fly to Florida for a family vacation, and then what happened?
And so once we landed, I ended up having a grand mal seizure, and so got picked up by an ambulance and headed straight to the hospital. And so from there, they had an emergency surgery where they ended up hooking a tube up to my brain, and I was draining
Okay.
draining blood for about for a while.
Wow.
And so then I had an amazing neurosurgeon that obviously had saved my life. And so being there for what felt like forever. But it's hard to pick up memories from it too because of how destroyed my memory had gotten.
Yeah, your memory has really been affected by that. I mean, you were in the ICU for 22 days, almost a month. You had 3 surgeries, and then you come back to home, and I mean, you're in therapy like 6 hours a day. I mean, talk about what's a typical day for you like right now, because you're trying to do school and therapy, and I mean, there's a lot on your plate.
Yeah, so the last I think the last month, few weeks, I have been obviously doing therapy 5 days a week. I do occupational, speech, and physical just to get my body moving, my brain working. And then this next week will be my first week back at school. So I'll be doing half days, which I'm super excited.
That's awesome.
Finally get to go and do theater, do what I love, and be around all these people again and get back to normal so that I can hopefully graduate. So I'm very excited, a little nervous, but
Good for you. Well, I know everybody's going to be super excited to see you. I know your faith is very, very important to you and very significant, not just because of this scenario, but obviously in light of it. Talk about your faith journey, how you came to Christ, and really what that's meant to you during this whole process of recovery.
Yeah. At church, I've been at the worship team since 6th grade, and so that has definitely really helped me through this entire process of one big memory I have of me and my mom was that we were constantly playing worship music, and so it was always in my brain. And Firm Foundation has definitely been one of the songs that has really hit home because that was also the song I sang the day that I got diagnosed on stage. And so that one not only has memories connected to it, but just the words in it, and reminding us to put everything we have in him because he has that firm foundation for this. And I think that can also apply to any situation, to anybody too. So
well, I understand that you had a vision from the Lord when you were in ICU. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So at Cook's, I shared with my mom, and he just kept giving me vision after vision of worship nights. And I didn't know if it was a school one or if it was a church one until I was watching a YouTube video of the one I had at church. And it, while watching it, I soon realized the songs, and I could even name where people were. Where was my family? Where was my best friends on stage? The songs that they were singing, and just felt the Holy Spirit immediately come over me, and the passion that was in that room specifically. And it was just so comforting too to see faces of people that I knew, even though I wasn't in that exact space at all. And just so powerful to see.
So very, very reassuring,
yes.
Obviously, and seeing familiar faces and just knowing that God was there with you. That's so great.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, so I realize that you've been doing homeschool, and again, I don't know how you've managed to. I'm so impressed. You're such a brave and amazing, strong young woman, but trying to balance school and all the other therapies and things that you've had. But you said you've been here a couple of years. So what are those things that you think make Grapevine Faith Christian School so unique? And again, you were in public school, and your last 2 years you've been here at Faith. So what's unique about Grapevine Faith Christian School to you?
Well, for me, because it's a Christian school, chapel is, I love it, and I'm extremely blessed with it. And not only chapel, but a lot of the people there, especially like Miss Gallegos or Mr. Hall or Dr. Smith, And all those people are very, very much willing to work with me and my family, and only obviously want the best for us, and are willing to help with whatever I need, especially for going back to school and things like that.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, Abby, I know you already know this, but there are so many people that love you and support you, and they've been praying for you, and they continue to pray for you. And I believe God has something unique and incredible to do through you that He can't do through anybody else, and He's chosen you for this reason. What can you tell us about God's presence in your life and just His faithfulness to you?
You say a question again.
Yeah, talk to me about just God's presence in your life on a daily basis and just what that means to you.
Yeah, it's definitely really difficult to see that sometimes. And I think people try really hard to get that, and it could be something so simple, as, you know, listening to worship music, or talking to your friends about Him, or I have it on my phone screen, so every day I always have a verse to look to, and just being as much in the Word as possible to have that, you know, in your brain, and, you know, worship music, of course, and just constantly trying to surround yourself with all those types of things.
Well, as I was preparing for this interview, and your mom and you had sent me some notes, and Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 came to me, which says, you know, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. And as I think about your journey, that really touched me. Is there a favorite scripture verse that has inspired you? You mentioned some verses on your phone. What are some maybe a scripture verse that's really been very personal to you during this time?
Yes, I had it written down. Sorry.
Oh, it's right there in your Bible.
Yes. So one verse that came to me, it was, I think, right before one of my first surgeries, was 1 Peter 6-7, and it says, "So be truly glad. There is wonderful joy ahead, even though you must endure many trials for a little while. These trials will show that your faith is genuine. It is being tested as fire tests and purifies gold, though your faith is far more precious than mere gold. So when your faith remains strong through many trials, it will bring you much praise and glory and honor on the day when Jesus Christ is revealed to the world." And that's 1 Peter 6-7. That one has, I mean, I think I found it right before, but it's something I always go back to. I have it everywhere on my phone. I have it everywhere I can, to constantly be reminded of that, and to just know that there is that wonderful joy ahead. I may not be able to see it, but I know that Jesus sees it, and that gives me so much hope. It gives me hope to keep going, so I can, you know, look forward to that wonderful joy ahead, and, you know, just constantly reminded of that.
Man, that's unbelievably mature. There's not adults that have a viewpoint like that. Well, Grapevine Faith is unique and different for a lot of reasons, mostly because of the people like Abby Railsback. If you or your family would like to find out more, visit grapevinefaith.com to schedule a visit or get more information. Abby, I don't know that I've met a braver, more confident young woman, and I know we just met, but I'm sorry, I'm emotional, but I'm so moved, and I'm so honored to be able to visit with you and to be able to tell your story. And again, I'm praying that God uses this and your story to touch lives outside of Grapevine Faith, obviously. And I hope you have an amazing senior year. And I just want to thank you for allowing us to tell your story. So thank you.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
Well, that senior, an incredibly strong young woman, Abby Railsback. The second half of your Grapevine Faith at Bishop Dunne Falcons is coming up next, right here on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network.
Give it up for your 2023-2024 Faith Varsity Cheer Squad!
We're back here at Grapevine Ford Field, campus of Grapevine Faith Christian School, coming up for the second half of this game between your Lions and the Bishop Dunne Falcons. Lions leading here at halftime 21-18. Senior night. The seniors were recognized, a lot of the seniors were recognized before the game. State championship drumline recognized at halftime here at Grapevine Faith. Sorry, yeah, there you go. I just left you hanging again.
That's okay. Was that Mr. Boyce's drum line?
100%. That's Fred Boyce, yeah. Love us some Mr. Boyce.
Fred Boyce.
Good dude, man. So, Jack, man, the Falcons have hung in this one. If they could score an extra point after a touchdown, this probably a tie game, and they might be up by a couple of points because they have effectively run the football tonight.
Yeah, I think we talked about it going away. Got to stop the run in the second half of Grapevine Faith. Defensively, I just think the pads need to get a little bit lower than the offensive line. And then that kind of solves a little bit of the problem. And then you got to have the pursuit as well. But for the most part, it's going to start at the offense. It's going to start right at the line position, Steve.
Yeah, no doubt. They've got to shore that up. I do want to apologize to our Mixler fans. The great April Wharton, giving her
she's saying
she's saying goodbye. Yep.
Formerly sideline reporter Knox Wharton.
Yes, and bodyguard Sterling Atkins. Yeah, our Mixler, apologies, folks. So I got all smart. So we have to run Mixler on a separate computer from what we run our broadcast on. And I got smart and said, hey, I'm going to do I'm going to look up pull up the scores and stuff on this computer.
Oh, no.
Well, Max Preps, as y'all probably, if you've been on Max Preps before, they have videos, promotional videos running. So during halftime, I'm hearing this feed coming through the mixer going, what the heck is that? So it did not come out over the YouTube broadcast, only the mixer broadcast. And so, you were hearing all that, this chaos, if you were on the mixer app, all that chaos was all that background videos on the Max Preps websites when I was trying to pull scores down. So my apologies because you didn't hear any of the stories of faith. We will post the stories of faith with Abby Railsback. We'll post that on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, hey, keep in mind, too, Steve's not a professional.
No, I'm not a professional.
And it's a pain to hook all this stuff up, and the only reason why I know is because when Steve goes out of town, I have to listen to Mark do it, and that's not good either.
Well, we're going to have to we'll give some thought on if we continue mix or not. It's not been flawless for sure.
All Steve's doing right there is telling you he's not going to do Mixler next year. He's just laying the groundwork. So,
well, we're ready to go here in the second half. The Falcons to kick off.
A little quick shout out, my good friend Mitch Watson, listening to the broadcast out in Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock, he's actually fighting a case of shingles, by the way. So go ahead and get your shingles vaccination, by the way, if you're old, like us.
What's his name? Mitch?
Mitch Watson.
Hey, Mitch, don't worry. Nobody's listening other than yourself, so nobody else knows that you have the shingles now.
Well, I'm just worried about him. That's all. He's a good kid. Good kid, that Mitch Watson.
All right. Falcons the second time now the ball is blown off the tee, so they'll have to have somebody come up and hold it.
Yeah, I saw what's his name? Josiah Roan coming over to hold the ball. That's not the kid I want to be holding the ball. I want him running downfield.
Yes.
Now what are they throwing over there? Oh, they're going to kick it right off the turf, it looks like. Interesting.
No, they're probably squib it. I mean, is he going to kick it deep again? Surely not. But we'll find out here. And there's picked up by Ben Wagner at the 25-yard line. Brings it to the near sideline. Cuts back up to the middle of the field. He's finally taken down right at the 30. So,
well, he looks like he has more yards, like green pasture to run with, and then it just gets shut down. But it's nice to have the speed back there with Ben and Clayton back there.
Well, Lions will start 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. Michael Lawford in the backfield alongside Clayton Sebecki here as we start the second half. Your Lions leading 21-18 over the Bishop Dunne Falcons.
Oh,
pass here to the near side, just out of the reach of the defender. Ben Wagner brings a couple of guys with him. And a nice run there by Ben Wagner after the catch.
He said out of the reach. It just almost hit him in the helmet.
Well, he was late to get his hand up.
Yeah.
Well, barely misses getting hit in the helmet, I guess is what I should have said.
Yeah.
So.
Golly, that guy didn't even know what was coming at him. It was like a bullet slinging past his head.
Yeah, I think he was as surprised as anybody else that the ball was going that way. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Sebecki looking to pass. Again, looking for Ben Wagner here on the near side. He's got a man on him. Trying to get past him. He runs, Ben, again, looking for a flag.
I would almost call pass interference offensive.
Yeah. Ben was trying to reach around him, but nice coverage there by Bradley Mays. They've got a new – now, he's new because Luke Jackson, number 3, was on him that entire first half.
Luke Jackson is on the far side now.
Yeah, but that is a new Bradley Mays.
Looks like Luke Jackson.
170 junior.
I thought Luke Jackson was maybe playing a little edge rush, but no, he's got
the slot receiver. Yep. Yeah, he's trying to shut down Noah there. There's a fake handoff. Keeper by Sebecki. Still on his feet down the near sideline. Finally pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line, but a great run by Clayton Sebecki. 1st and 10 now for the Lions as they're moving the ball on their first series in the second half.
Yeah, about a 31-yard gain on Sebecki there. Nice little run, and again, he kept his feet running.
Yep, he hit that secondary, and, man, he caught a little extra second burst of energy there, Jack, and like you said, kept his legs turning and almost broke it for a touchdown. So 1st and 10, ball at the 32-yard line of the Falcons. Sebecki with Alford in the backfield. Just underway here in the second half. Lions leading 21-18.
Derek Ware does not look happy about something out there.
Another keeper by Sebecki here on the near sideline. Picks up a block. Sebecki tripped up by number 10, Emmanuel Rosales.
Tripped up on the play by Emmanuel Rosales. Brings up second down, Lions.
So we'll see where they spot that at the 29-yard line. So we'll call that a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6.
Ooh, I love the stack wide receivers on this near side, Steve. Like that formation.
Lions making some adjustments here at the line of scrimmage. Big Jack Borden over there with Coach Ware. A little blitz there by the keeper by Sebecki. He's got room. He's inside the 10. Finally taken down close to the 5-yard line. A big run by Clayton.
Almost looked like Alfred was mad.
Now, that is not a good sign. Michael is coming off the field limping pretty good there. Doggone it. Man, he's been nursing an injury, and, oh, man, I hate seeing that. Dadgummit. Senior season for Michael Alford. Such a great kid. And we're going to pray that he's nothing serious there. Offside should be a free play here. Thrown up for Ben Wagner. No penalty on the play there. You could probably argue a little something there on that one. But offsides against the Falcons. So that'll take it half the distance to the goal. And they'll repeat 1st down.
Oh. Yeah, he's kind of nursing that foot on the sideline there, Steve.
Yep. Trainer Ashley's going to go down and take a look at that. He's limping, favoring that very, very heavily. Man.
They will replay 1st down.
I know Michael wanted to get back in the lineup tonight. He wanted be playing on senior night. I'm glad he got to start, but dadgummit, I hope he's okay. Keeper by Sebecki. Cuts back right into the end zone, right behind number 75, Austin Bowling. He's in there for the touchdown. Grapevine Faith.
Nice drive to start the second half, Steve. That's really what they needed to do right coming out of the gate.
So the Lions extend their lead 27-18. Yeah, you're right, Jack. If you're going to take that, if you're going to receive the opening kickoff, you want to make the most of it. And, again, this has been kind of a, we talked about it earlier, kind of a prize fight where you're just trading punches. And you need to set that tone early here in the second half.
Yeah, and so Becky just kind of took over that rushing. He just kind of took over the rushing game for Grapevine Faith right there.
Extra point by Holroyd is good. Now, I will say this, Jack, that this is where the Lions have historically have struggled is in the second half. We didn't score a single point in the second half against Legacy Christian, so that is really a great thing to see.
Well, my math is correct then, Steve. I think we've scored 7 more points than we did last week's third quarter.
Yes, correct. Yes. So that's a good sign to see for the offense to come out on that first series from the second half and put it in the end zone. Super thankful to our game sponsor, Reliant Air Conditioning. I'm the proud new owner of a Reliant Air Conditioning system. As of about 2 weeks ago, Jeff Stewart and his family have been Gimmick 3 since 83. And I invite you to shop others, get their prices, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning, 877-YOUR-HERO. That's 877-YOUR-HERO or
877-YOUR-HERO.
Thank you, Jack Wharton. Looking for a football here. They're I'm not sure what there's some discussion with Coach Holland about something on the end zone. The officials now are waiting. I'm not sure what they're talking. The referee's down here, and they're trying to get something adjusted. Let's see. Yep, official timeout.
Well, they're looking down here.
Yeah, something in the Coach. Yep, Coach Burke is walking with the referee, and I'm not sure what the. I have no idea, Jack, what this kid. They're walking back towards the. They're walking back towards the Bishop Dunne inflatable. I have absolutely no idea what they're doing. I know that what you guys are seeing on TV is the. I don't know
Why
what
does he
happened
have
there.
to get involved with the Bishop Dunne tunnel? I don't get this at all.
Well, they may have been too close to the field of play, or somebody ran. I have no idea. They're ejecting a gentleman that's in the Dunne end zone that was, I guess, chatting. So there's so somebody from Bishop Dunne, or I'm gonna say from the school, somebody affiliated with Bishop Dunne was
how'd you get all that?
A little too much chatter, and so he's being ejected. So
he is not moving fast, and he might need more coaches over there.
Coach Burke is the one of the game coordinators here, so they're going to help him find his way. Josh Holroyd to kick off. With the wind at his back, and he blasted through the end zone again.
If you were at the game last night, there's a lot of people that needed to be ejected from the Irving MacArthur stands for the Berkner game. Not for our game, but for the Berkner game.
Yeah, there was a fight that broke out before the JV played at Irving MacArthur last night. It was a makeup game. Bishop Dunne does not field a JV team. So
Mr. Coach Rentz is going over there now.
Reliant Air Conditioning and the Stewart family are proud supporters of Faith Christian School.
Well, the game is going to continue. 10 minutes, 21 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Well, I'm distracted by this now. I can't not look over there in the end zone.
Lions leading 28-18, 10-point lead here.
Coach Rentz from up here looks like a state trooper with his cowboy hat on.
Falcons' first possession of the second half. They start 1st and 10 from their own 25. There's a handoff to Jackson right up the middle. Stacked up after about 2 yards, so nice defensive stop there on first down by the Lions. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
Dr. Marsh from Marsh Eye Care trying to steal my money out of the press box here. So we need a better press box. It's more secure, away from people.
Yes, we need to be above this riffraff.
I was just going to tell you, Steve, that was a nice little run there, but got a hold of them and waited for the rest of the defensive line to get in there and make that stop for Grapevine Faith.
Yep.
Good stop there.
Good stop there on first down. So we need to force them into some longer second and third down situations. Second down and 8. Ball at their own 27. Pass. Picked off.
Hold on to it. Hold
Still
on to it.
Steve.
Goodness gracious.
Held on to it. Picked off there by Charlie Donovan.
Intercepted by Charlie Donovan.
That's his second pick of the season. He had a pick 6 a couple of weeks ago. Just underthrown by Reams. Jack, we have this conversation from time to time, and I'm not going to second-guess Coach Slaughter, but it does beg the question, when you are running the ball so effectively, why you would even put the ball up in the air. That's a mystery to me.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Steve. I think, if you're going to do it, just make sure you don't put it anywhere near one of our defenders, because I like the play that they've been doing, running the ball and then kind of using that as a fake to throw the ball, but you got to make sure you keep ball safety on that one.
Pass to the near side to Ben Wagner. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 45, right at the 45-yard line. Oh, they can keep the clock running. They said he stopped his forward progress there. So gain of 3 on the play, second down and 7. Again, Lions leading 28-18. 9 minutes left here in the third quarter. Lions scored on their first possession. They received the kickoff to start the second half and took that down, and Clayton Sebecki ran it in. He's just one touchdown away now from tying or from winning the record, the school record.
Goodness gracious.
Big blitz there, big tackle there by number 6.
Hadn't seen that all year. It doesn't seem like. Well, I think you had some sacks last week, Steve, right?
I don't have him on our roster.
Well, that was a 9-yard loss on that.
Yeah, big loss there. That was I think somebody missed an assignment there because he just snuck through. That's the first time we've seen pressure on Sebecki, but nothing like that where they just ran.
Yeah, that offensive line
unabated.
Yeah, they played really well this game so far. That may be their first mistake of the game.
Third down is 16. Ball back at the Lions' own 46-yard line. Sebecki looking to pass. Got away quickly. In and out of the hands of Charlie Bunch.
There's going to be a late hit on the quarterback back there, Steve.
Yeah, there's Clayton Sebecki is still down.
There's a penalty flag. Downfield.
Sebecki's down, and so is a lineman, Nathan Triggerstead. You got a couple of guys on the Falcons that are pretty proud of that, kind of peacocking a little bit. I don't mean that to be funny. It's I mean,
the peacocking term is funny. That's all. Sorry.
Yeah, Clayton said he was targeted. Said he lowered his helmet. We'll see. The officials are talking it over.
I like Bobby. Coach Holland is out there on the field. He's not moving until they make the call correct.
All right, so personal foul, roughing the passer. Holding again. Sorry,
that's declined. What in the heck? Are you got to be kidding me?
Wow. So this whole time we think they're talking about.
All right, hey, calm down, let's go.
Yeah, our offense is just beside themselves.
I'd already written down personal foul.
Holy Toledo. Coach Holland is refusing. He's not refusing. He's not off the field yet. He's still having a conversation. The officials are trying to escort him to the sideline, and he's out there fighting for his kids, and I don't blame him. The kids are having to pull Holland off. Wow, that was an absolutely – look, you can miss a offside, you can miss a pass interference. When your quarterback gets targeted and you got a kid that potentially gets hurt, there's a flag still on the ground. The officials have not even picked up their flag. Coach Ware signaling in the play.
We got fourth down. We're going to take a timeout here. Everybody needs to cool it.
So fourth down for the Ben Wagner's going to punt here. Wow, I don't know how you missed that. Clayton Sebecki got absolutely hammered. Late hit, got targeted, and they call a hold on the Lions. So big miss there. Unfortunate situation. Low snap, gets behind Wagner, and he gets tackled down at the 32-yard line. So the Falcons are going to take over 1st and 10 after a bad snap and Boy, a huge miss on a targeting penalty on the quarterback.
Yeah, the snap roll to him. We needed it.
And the Lions are going to have to watch themselves because they are really, really upset still, and they're talking to the officials. The referee's telling them to calm down.
It's all right. Here we go.
There's some frustration there. So,
Well, I think they're right, but there's no reason to continue this. You got to just get defensively angry and get the pads low, and let's stop them right here and not worry about it.
So Reams in the backfield with Jackson to his right. Man in motion here to the near side. That's Roan. Pitch to Roan on kind of a option play. Penalty flag down.
What are they calling there?
Colin Abercrombie, he may have grabbed part of his face mask potentially. We missed the targeting, but we got the face mask. We see that all day, don't we? Unless it's a hold of some sort. Let's see. Nathan Triggerstad on the stop. This is like a penalty against the Falcons. Personal foul. Face mask. Against the Falcons, yeah.
Must have been on the stiff arm.
So trying to stiff arm him and, the face mask. So 15-yard penalty. Well, it was a face mask, just not against the Lions. 7:55 left here in the third quarter. Lions leading 28-18. Game's gotten a little chippy. We've had a representative or somebody from the Bishop Dunne crew or fan or somebody was ejected for a little bit too much chatter. Referee didn't like what he heard down there in the end zone after that score by the Lions.
Well, that's sad.
We'll try to get some insight here from Coach Music on what went down on that, what we thought was a targeting penalty. It ended up being a hold against the Lions, forcing them to punt, and they turned it over. Hand off to Jackson. Right up the middle, but stacked up big time there by the Lions.
Steve, a lot of difference in that second half defense than the first half.
They are fired up.
Yeah, and they're stopping that at the line of contact, and then if you get 2 or 3 yards, that's fine. But those other guys are cutting out 5 and 7 and 8 yards in that first half, and they're really making a difference in the second half.
Tristan Dare, his granddad's in town tonight, watching him live all the way from California. His dad, Trevor, one of probably the nicest guys on the face of the planet, one of my favorite people. And big stop there by Tristan.
Steve, I know you said he's in town to see you.
There's a pitch to Roan here to the near side. Chased by Colin Abercrombie.
That sure did look like a hold over here.
Ben's jersey got pulled off of his shoulder pad. So no penalty there. So a decent run there by Roan. They've still got a long way to go here on third down.
Tristan Dare's grandfather's not really here to see him. He's here to see us, Steve. He listens to us every week, and he wanted to see what we look like.
All right,
and
Mark.
We'll be at the Academy on Hewlin Road tomorrow between
what time?
Between 2 and 2:05.
Oh, whoa. That's a long time, man. I don't know if I fit it in my schedule.
Yeah.
Normally they're from like 2 to 2:01.
We're pushing the new Traeger grills that are out.
Third down and 15 for the Falcons at the Lions' 38-yard line. There's a handoff to Jackson up the middle. Hit initially, breaks free. Big hit come up. Ben Wagner lays a rip on him.
Boy, what a difference the second half has made. They really have come out hitting on that run.
Yeah, they are playing a lot more physical. They've got I don't blame them. They're pretty ticked off right now. Now the word was that the Falcons were upset with us. But Bishop Dunne was upset with us because we allegedly canceled their game against Grace Community, which is not the case. We got the full story this morning. Taps called that game. So what happened was the game last Friday night was rained out. Grace Community had driven all the way from Tyler on Friday night and drove back home. They did not want to turn around and drive back on Saturday. Get to that here in a second. Big fourth down play here, 4th down and 11. Reams looking to pass, chased out of the pocket by Tristan Dare. Throws up a duck. Caught for a touchdown. There is a penalty flag down. Penalty flag over at about the 37-yard line.
Cut that crap out.
Boy,
Christian kind of got turned around there. And
illegal
ineligible man downfield against the Falcons. So that's going to negate that touchdown. So they're going to repeat 4th down. So anyway, Grace Community did not want to turn around and drive back the next day a couple hours from Tyler to play on Saturday. So they said, well, we're just going to play the game on Monday. And then there has to be 5 days in between games by TAP's rules. And because there's a penalty flag down here on the far sideline, that's going to be a personal foul against the Bishop Dunne sideline. I couldn't tell one of the coaches, I'm not sure what coach it was, unsportsmanlike conduct now, so they're going to back them up another 15 yards. Yeah, there's a lot of emotion in the unsportsmanlike conduct. So, yep. No. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Falcons. So anyway, the TAP said, well, we've got to have the playoff picture decided by tomorrow. So if you guys wait and play Monday, you would force y'all's game against the Lions to be played next Monday, and it's too late. So they basically just canceled that game. So TAP's made the decision. It had nothing to do with the Faith Lions. So anyway, just to clear that up. But yeah, it's gotten chippy out here already tonight,
Steve,
Jack,
can
for
you
sure.
start all over that story again?
Yes, I will tell that whole thing again. So 4th down and forever, high snap. They almost get the punt blocked.
Let it just go. Just
dies around the 32-yard line or so. So yeah, it's gotten pretty chippy here for sure in this second half, Jack. And the Lions are playing with the chip on their shoulder, and I don't blame them. There's been some missed calls and some extracurricular activity by the Falcons.
Yeah, it's Falcons. You know how they can be.
You know how those Falcons can be.
Oh, those Falcons. I think the defense has come out strong in the second half for Grapevine Faith. And we're 7 minutes in here.
Matthew Rotella with the carry here on the near side.
Rotella
pushed out of bounds. Ball out over the 40-yard line, so close to a Lions first down.
He put the hammer down on that run, too.
Yeah, good strong run there by Matthew Rotella Kirschbaum.
Yeah, it looks like Alfred's still sitting on the sideline over there.
Yeah, his dad, Brent Alford, neurosurgeon, is down there taking a look at him and talking to him, and I know that's frustrating for Michael. Here's a pass being held. Oh, my gosh. You could see his jersey being held. There's the penalty flag down. Flag down at the about the 28-yard line. That was everybody and their dog could see that. So,
well, I don't know if the people on the other side could see that, Steve.
No, everybody could, and their dog. Did you catch that?
There is no dogs allowed on the property during the game, Steve. So there's no dog here. Just kidding. Having fun with Steve.
Having fun. Yeah, you'd like to see the Lions. So that's going to add 10 yards. Take that incomplete pass, but they'll take that 10 yards from the previous spot.
Why are we walking further back?
Well, they've got to start going from the previous spot. So
okay. Well, it looked like we were the ones being defeated by this.
Yeah, you'd like to see the Lions kind of punch this in and kind of make a statement here, try to put this game away.
Yeah, I think another score right here kind of defeats what Bishop Dunne was wanting to do.
Trips on the near side now, so a little different look here for the Lions.
55 is offsides, by the way. Throw the flag. Yep, there it is.
Hand off to Matthew Rotella Kirschbaum, and he stumbles forward for about 4 yards. A nice strong run there, 3 yards, we'll say.
55 was offsides on Bishop Dunne to start the play. He was not even close to being lined up properly. He was looking at the ball. He had to have known he was offsides.
Yeah, that's a little interesting that you can see where the line of scrimmage is, and you still maintain that offside position. So 5-yard penalty against the Falcons. Coach for the Falcons is out on the field and being asked to get off the field again by the officials. So
it's like a flag football game. He's out there helping coach while the kids are on the field.
Right. Ben Wagner in motion. Jet sweep. Pitch to Ben. Takes it down over the 40 to the 35. Taken out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. So first down for the Lions now. Clock stopped, 4 minutes, 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Lions leading 28-18. Some of that frustration by the Falcons is starting to show a little bit. And the Lions have just turned their frustration into just energy, and they're firing on all cylinders. They've got a point to prove here.
Lisa Corley blocking my view of the game.
The great Lisa Corley, part of the Ellen and the press box crew. So Becky keeps it.
Oh,
tripped
goodness
up, almost
gracious.
got away out of the grasp of number 55, Ray Brewer. Miles Jackson on the stop as well.
I do like this Bishop Dunne team. I think they've got a little bit better squad than they did last year. I think we do too as well. But
I could forgo some of the extracurricular activities over there,
I agree.
but and them targeting our quarterback. But somebody guy with a chip on his shoulder. That's me after Fort Worth and Liberty games. Sebecki looking to pass, overthrown intended for Ben Wagner.
Yeah,
Jackson on the cover. Luke Jackson on the coverage.
You're no longer allowed in the North Richland Hills or the Argyle areas.
Hey, Bradley Mays on the coverage there on Ben Wagner. So third down, and called third down and 8 from the Falcons' 31-yard line.
Watch Noah Smith on this. Is he out there?
I'm going to say it's going to be a keeper.
Offsides.
Oh, they're going to be offsides again.
Yeah. There's no flag down, though. Is there a flag down? He has called the play.
Penalty flag.
Clayton got rid of the ball. It should be an offsides against the Falcons.
Steve?
What? What you got?
I don't. Oh, he did throw the flag. Finally.
Yeah. There was a flag.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they should have killed the play because they after Clayton got rid of it, he got hit and wanted to avoid any injuries. So when he threw, the guy intercepted, but they called the play dead immediately. So. All right, so third down and a little more manageable now. Third down and 3. Ball at the 25, 26-yard line. Clayton Sebecki on the keeper, brings it to the near side, cuts it back to the opposite side of the field. There is going to be a penalty flag down, so we should probably have a hold, if I had to guess.
And Clayton Sebecki rumbles ahead for the Lions first down.
Rotello on this side basically threw, is that Jackson about 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm guessing that's against Noah Smith. He is banging his hands on his helmet like nobody's business.
Holding.
So I'm guessing the hold was on. Yeah, so it was a design run to the near side, and it got stacked up. So Clayton reversed course and ran back the other way and had a beautiful run, about a 15-yard run, but the Lions caught holding on that play. So it backs it up. So now they are back to another third and long, 3rd and 8.
Okay, here we go. This is manageable. We got this.
We'll have to get some scoop from the chain crew tonight, Jack, after the game on
Yeah.
what all they've heard on that sideline. Sebecki looking to pass. Looking deep in the corner, looking for Ben Wagner. And he's shoved down. There's a penalty flag, yeah. So the back judge throws the flag. The
Yeah, he threw it. We're good.
the side judge or field judge back on this side kept it in his pocket. And Ben's trying to plead his case, which he doesn't need to because we've got a penalty flag down. So back judge called that, so that's going to be a 1st and 10.
Ben came up a little gimpy. I don't know
Yeah,
what's going
he
on.
is. Yeah, he's kind of
coming off.
gimping a little bit as well. So maybe a cramp, or hopefully it's nothing major. He's walking on his own power, and I think he's probably more frustrated than anything.
Hey, Derek, what was that last one?
Will Wagner's brother in substituting in for him. All right, so 1st and 10 now. 3 minutes, 22 seconds left here in the third quarter. Snap back to Sebecki, keeper, taken down inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of a couple.
On the carry.
Clock running with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Lions leading 28-18.
You know, the other good thing is when we have long, sustained drives like this, Steve, just running time off the clock really helps.
Yep, I will take that. This game can't quite get over fast enough, and it's still in doubt. I mean, you got a 10-point lead, and a lot of things can happen. And what we've seen, the Falcons can strike early on some big runs. So.
Yeah, and good news is we are in field goal range. Not that we use that very often, but
there's Ben Wagner. They fake the jet sweep to him. Sebecki on the keeper, cuts it back up the middle, and gain of maybe 1 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down play.
Mark Edwards moved 1 yard on that. He's the down marker over there. He's holding that up. So he looks like he's strong on that down marker. Former announcer.
Emphasis on the former. Just kidding. I'm kidding. We love you, Mark. All right. Noah Smith back in the game, signaling in the plays here from the sideline. Get you some updates on some other tap scores here.
10 seconds.
10 seconds left on the play clock. Lions probably going to have to take a timeout. See what they do here.
3, 2.
Yep. Lions do take their first time out of the second half. So minute 52 left here in the third quarter. Lions leading 28-18. Jack, you got any scores for us?
Oh, Steve, I'll be glad to give you a couple scores here. Lubbock Christian 32, Mercy Culture Prep 13. McKinney Christian 21-7 over Brookhill. That's a pretty good ball game. Midland Christian 42, Southwest Christian 3, second quarter. I had Midland down to Permian 14-0 in the second half. All Saints 29, Fort Worth Christian 0. That's at halftime. That is starting to look more and more like our next opponent.
Did you refresh this, by the way?
I have not.
Well, let me refresh it because that seemed like.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see what we got. Maybe that score is updated. So
Okay.
don't have the official until this game is until we got to get to the playoff.
43-7.
43-7.
All Saints
over
Fort Worth Christian.
over the Cardinals. Yeah, the till the playoff brackets are officially set, we don't know, but the expectation was that the Lions win this game, they would face All Saints. If they lose, they would face Liberty. So if this holds, they'll be facing the Saints. All right, 3rd down and 7. Low snap, picked up by Sebecki.
Oh, gosh.
And he's hit. Falcons get the pressure. So they take down Sebecki, and that's going to bring out Josh Holroyd. And wind at his back. Wind's blowing pretty good here. So even without it, I think Josh hits this. But, yeah, Clayton, they couldn't handle the pressure. They brought a couple extra men on a blitz.
Steve, I really don't remember him getting sacked very much this year. I mean, he's usually out of the pocket or the ball is gone.
Yeah. This would be a 42-yarder by Josh Holroyd. Christian Corley on the hold. Snap back, high snap. Josh gets it away, and it is through for the field goal. Great kick by Josh Holroyd. So the Lions extend their lead 31-18. 1 minute, 4 seconds left here in the third quarter. And the second half has been pretty a lot of action. Lions received the opening kickoff of the second half, took it down and scored. Fan for Bishop Dunne in the end zone was a little chatty with the officials, and he was ejected. So he was escorted out of the facilities, and then that made the score, do my math here, 24-18. No. 28-18, excuse me. Yeah. And then the Falcons have failed to score here in the second half. The Lions just kicked a 42-yard field goal by Josh Holroyd to extend their lead to 31-18. I'm going to take a load off here.
Take a load off, Fanny.
I think I will.
Take a load off.
Hey, Uncle Brad Sebecki watching from Atlanta, Georgia. Go Lions and get fired up, Clayton. Yeah, Brad, he is. Clayton, man, it's been a physical game. He's been beat up a little bit tonight.
Grace Community 35, Dallas Covenant 14. That's at halftime.
All
It's
right.
actually impressive. Dallas Covenant is a smallish school.
Here's Holroyd to kick. And as expected, that ball is well into the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, we will post the once everything's official, we'll post the games on Mixlr and on YouTube.
Yeah, a lot of people like to go to sleep to our voices, and you can replay those at night when you're in bed and
Oh, man.
start going off to Sleepy Town. Well, some people do like listening to us. I don't know who they are.
Want to extend if Dr. Ed Smith is listening, want to continue to extend our best wishes to him as he recovers from a little accident last weekend. Keeper by Reams. Oh, nice play there, taken down
Steve, I'm telling you, they made an adjustment in that locker room, and
by Tristan Dare.
This defensive line is fired up. They're getting down, and then they're also getting help. When somebody's stopping the ball, and then he's getting help from behind.
Colton Abercrombie and Tristan Dare on the stop there. Tristan Tristan's played like kind of a man possessed, man. He's fast for his size. He is so fast, and he's so big. And, man, he has played a great game tonight. So loss of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 11. Ball at the 25-yard line of the Falcons. The 24-yard line.
April Wharton is listening. She likes listening to us.
Reams on the play action.
Oh, my
Looking for a man down the middle. Ben Wagner steps in front and knocks it down. Great play by Ben. Intended for Luke Jackson. It's been a good matchup all night. So that's we got 3rd down and 11. That's probably what I'm going to guess, Jack, the 5th pass play maybe tonight, maybe the 6th. I mean, you can definitely count on 2 hands or less.
Yeah, there's
the number of times that the Falcons have thrown the ball.
1, 2 interception.
The Falcons band over there playing sounds like a death march. It does not sound exciting and invigorating. There's Reams, the keeper. There's that kind of option out to Roan. Cuts it back to inside. Picks up a couple of blocks. He's out close to a 1st down. He's going to be about a yard short. Lions looked like they had him stop momentarily, but he snuck through, and that's going to be the last play of the first half.
That was the 3rd pass that they had.
3rd pass, wow. Well, that's the end of the 3rd quarter. Your Lions lead 31-18. You're watching Grapevine Faith Sports Football here on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network. Back here at Grapevine Ford Field, your Lions leading 31-18 over the Bishop Dunne Falcons. Senior night here at Grapevine Faith. Recognize the seniors at before the game. Talked to Coach Holland in the pregame show and just talked about kind of what was going through their minds. And he just always said how big it was, Jack, to be playing your senior year final home game. Just what a big night that is.
Well, I mean, a lot of these kids have been in the program for a long time. As we heard in the pregame, there's a lot of kids have been at the school for a long time. It is emotional for them and their parents.
So 4th down play by the Falcons. They did a little try to quarterback sneak, and
that's 1st down.
They stopped that. Yeah, they didn't even get close to that. They need to get to the 35-yard line. And the official from the other side, yep, that's going to be 1st down and 10. Big stop for the defensive line there by Grapevine Faith. Wow. Boy, talk about sending a little message there, Jack. The Falcons, they did that play where they kind of rushed to the line of scrimmage and tried to do a little quarterback sneak. That's how they scored one of their touchdowns in the first half. But the Lions were going to have none of that. So they shut that down. The Lions will take over 1st and 10 from the Falcons' 34-yard line. So best starting field position that the Lions have had tonight.
Absolutely, and again, you talked about it on the last drive. We put the points on the board, kind of extended the lead out a little bit. Well, we did extend the lead out a little bit, but kind of just really want to put your foot on the gas here and just kind of put this game to bed.
Yep, I agree. Matthew Patella-Kirschbaum in the backfield next to Sebecki. There's a handoff to him. Takes it up the middle. Drives forward. Man, what a big, strong run by Matthew Patella-Kirschbaum. 9-yard gain on 1st down.
You know, he brings a different element to the running game, Steve. He's just a big kid, and he's like we were talking about for Bishop Dunne's running back. He doesn't let his legs stop running either.
Yep. Yeah, he's powerful. Yeah, he just keeps churning. Trevor Williams came up and gave him a big swat on the behind, like, man, dude, way to go. Keep driving. Both sides of the Lions offside play here. Pass intended for Ben Wagner. Touchdown, Ben Wagner. Great pass by Clayton Sebecki, and even better play by Ben Wagner to go up and get that.
We talk about it off the radio and off the video. We talk about it a lot, that you wonder why these teams can't figure that play out.
Yeah, you're just going to throw it up and let Ben get athletic with it. And Ben just made a great adjustment to the ball. Josh Holroyd to attempt the extra point. Lions extend their lead now 37-18. Snap is good. The hold is down, and the kick is up. Plenty good there. So here come the flag crew.
Well, we didn't have the G out there earlier, so.
Owen Jones out there on the G. Jackson Pierce on the F. I know that's Jack.
That's Henson Marsh in the end.
And we lost the Santa hat at the 28.
Yeah, Santa lost
S
his
picks
hat.
it up. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. He slows down at the 10. He's at the 5. He's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Somebody just threw a snowball at Santa Claus.
Sniper got him.
Yeah. Yeah, appreciate those guys. It's a lot of fun watching those guys out there.
Well, Jack, I don't have a Stories of Faith subject for next week. So I got to. You got any suggestions? Who would you like to hear on the Stories of Faith? Because I'll do somebody just the opposite. Probably. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Just having fun here, folks.
Having fun. I don't know. I'll start thinking about it for you, Steve. You kind of put me on the spot here.
Hey, want to give another shout out and a huge appreciation to Matt Cosby. Literally, as we're about to go on the air, I think we're actually already on the air, the Huddle camera feed. We had some technical issues with that. Shocker that we had technical difficulty on a broadcast, but we called Matt into action, and he ran up to the top of the press box and is running the camera for us up there. So all the action you're seeing on camera on YouTube is from Matt Cosby. Appreciate him very much for that.
Yeah, Steve, we got a final. All States 43 before with Christian 7. That's final.
3 seconds left on the game clock. They're going to have to get this kick away. I don't know if they're going to get it away or not. Let's see. They barely do. Line drive kick by Holroyd. Pushes it through the end zone. I just watched Jackson Walker, Jackson and Jace, they're freshman twins. Jackson plays some linebacker on the JV. He was on the kickoff coverage and saw him blocking a guy blocking a guy who was a good 2 feet taller than him. I think his top of his helmet came to the middle of his chest. And Jackson just gave him a swat on the behind. I was like, hey, good play, whatever. And the other guy turned around and they exchanged pleasantries. Nothing bad happened. It was just funny to watch. The difference in height was crazy. All right, we're just underway here in the fourth quarter. Snap by Reams, handoff to Jackson. Churns up the middle, drives forward. Gain of about 4. And, Jack, you said it. We made some adjustments somewhere because on that play in the first half, that gained them 8, 10, 15 yards almost every time they ran it.
Yeah, it's almost like you put a fire underneath their behinds and said, hey, don't let this guy get past the line of scrimmage that somebody putting a piece of leather on him.
Yep. Well, they have definitely stepped up.
Nowadays, but
yep.
You know what I meant.
I got you.
Yeah.
Clock running 10 minutes, 48 seconds left. Again, Lions leading 38-18 here in the fourth quarter. Reams looking to pass. Rolls to his right. Throws downfield, intended for number 7, Josiah Roan. That falls incomplete.
In the previous throws he's made, I'm not going to comment on that one, but he has a pretty good arm on him.
Yeah, not the best throw we've seen from him all night. That was, again, kind of in no man's land. He was rolling. I'm just curious in practice how much time he practices throwing the football.
Yeah.
He's an incredibly athletic quarterback, but they are so reliant on the run that I just wonder how many opportunities does he get to throw the ball in practice?
Yeah.
There's a penalty.
That's going to be
penalty flag down. False start against the Falcons. That's going to back them up 5 yards. It's going to bring up third down and about 11.
So tonight, Steve, I don't know, you saw it. I brought some Halloween candy from the house that I stuck in the refrigerator. Now, the whole intent was not for tonight necessarily, but it's to keep it in here for the soccer games that will be coming up. So I can step in here and get me some candy.
Ulterior motives.
Yeah. Knox Wharton, backup to the backup traveling secretary on the soccer team. He's the backup goalie on the varsity, so looking forward to some cold nights out here at this fabulous Grapevine Ford Field.
Man, you guys have fun. There's a keeper by Reams. I get another little big hit by Matthew Matella, curse bomb.
That was like in slow motion. Oh, my goodness. What a second half this defensive line has had.
Look, I give full credit to the coaching staff for making some adjustments on that because we talked about it. they had to figure that out. That's a play again where they've run that at will and been very successful with it. And the Lions come in here and make a big stop there on third down. So
and it almost looked like he was slow motion coming this way. Like
Yeah.
he doesn't quite have the same pep in his run that he had in that first half. Good second half from this defensive line. I'm really happy with it. Oh, here comes
Ream's
Clayton.
going to quick kick.
Peter.
Not a bad kick there. A little spiral there. Hits it about the 50. Takes a huge Falcon bounce. Rolls inside the 30.
The 25, the 22, the 23. That was a nice punt, actually. Had some nice spiral on it.
Well, when it is back, definitely helped. And
Yeah.
there was a benefit of a beautiful spiral and then hit and about the 40 and then kick down another 15, 20 yards. So
I'd love to see about a 9-minute and 39-second drive here from the Grapevine Faith Lions offense with only 9:39 left in this game. Steve, it's just been a wonderful season again with you. I mean, our time is limited here tonight. But guess what? We're going to have one more game next week. I'm excited. Excited to see you again next week.
It's like our own senior night here in the booth.
Yeah, senior night. Well, we are seniors. It's just a touch of gray up here in the booth tonight.
Just a touch.
Well, you don't have any gray hair, but
I don't
on
have
your
any hair.
head.
Yeah. So timeout called by Bishop Dunne.
Gray. I don't know.
Timeout by Bishop Dunne. Again, appreciate you listening here, watching us here, and listening to us on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network.
Steve, a couple of more updates right now. It's Brook Hill 28, McKinney Christian 21. That's
okay.
Quite a little ball game.
Brook Hill came back on that one.
I think, obviously.
Coach Scott Ryle.
Yeah.
And his guard. Real quick, Jack, before you give me more scores, I want to give a quick shout-out again to our game day sponsor, Reliant Air Conditioning. Reliant Air Conditioning and the Stewart family are proud supporters of Faith Christian School. Reliant Air Conditioning provides comfort for homeowners who don't want to be taken advantage of. Their service techs don't work on commission, and they don't use shady sales tactics. So call two of the companies first, get their price, and then call Reliant Air Conditioning at 877-YOUR-HERO, and you'll see how they've been gimmick-free since '83. That's 877-YOUR-HERO or online at ReliantAirConditioning.com. 1st and 10 for the Lions. Sebecki looking to pass. Throw to Wagner here on the near side. Sebecki's taken down. Wagner takes it to the far side, looking for a block. Nathan Tregestead jumps over one man, finally gets knocked out of bounds and lowers his shoulder, knocks another guy away. I think Clayton wants to ask the official, what do they have? What constitutes roughing the passer? I'm not sure he knows, but anyway.
Boy, you're being very critical
Did
of
I
the
say that out
referee.
loud?
Yeah,
Hey, look.
I'm not the guy that does that.
I'll be critical when you're talking about kids getting hurt. Again, we have our opinions, folks, about what we think is the pass interference or whatever. But when kids are getting targeted and late hits, I mean, Clayton's been targeted. By defense, is not targeted literally, but by all season, he's on their radar.
Everybody's radar.
Yep. Hand off to Matthew Rotella-Kirschbaum, who's still on his feet and driving. Oh my gosh, what a run! Love seeing that first down run for another first down by Matthew Rotella-Kirschbaum.
Nice little 12-yard game by Rotella there. That he's got such a nice. I mean, obviously he's filling in the role that Alfred had early on in the season before he got hurt. But man, he's having a nice game running the ball.
Man, he's running like a man possessed in the second half, Jack. It's not something that we saw in that first half, but my goodness, is he running with a little chip on his shoulder here. Another handoff. Nope, keeper by nope, yep. There's a penalty flag down. Yep. So Matthew Rotella-Kirschbaum on the drive up the middle, and that's going to be a roughing the passer. Again, or not roughing the quarterback. Yeah, he handed the ball off, and then number 55 came in with his helmet and just speared Clayton right in the chest. Clayton didn't fall down or anything. Yeah. Coach Slaughter on the side on the field asking what the heck happened there. I mean, literally everybody and their cat saw it. Change it up a little bit, Jack. See if you catch that.
It's like what?
There's no dogs here, so maybe somebody had a cat. So that adds 15 yards.
Boy, you're really starting to get into my little world here, Steve. I don't like you to start getting off the rails.
Well, we'll see here what
number one team in all of TAPS broadcasting here, folks.
Number one broadcast team, right?
Yeah.
Clock's still running now. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left here in the game. Lions leading 38-18 and driving. Another handoff to Matthew Rotella Kirschbaum. Yeah, okay. So 55 is targeting Clayton. Like after the hand, if Clayton had not moved out of the way, he would have hit Clayton.
Yeah,
the official's telling him that too. So 55 is Ray Brewer, freshman nose guard. They're going to have to get control of that because he is going out. He's targeting Clayton now. Like it's not even close.
I think it's second. Okay, I was going to say Mark has fallen asleep over there on the down marker. Gets second down and 5. I noticed actually on that time it seemed like he was getting so Becky was trying to get out of the way after he handed the ball. Kind of was running away from the play.
I was late on the call, so they brought in Tristan Dare. He's in kind of that up back position. I think he's going to try to shut this down quickly by 55. I'm going to kind of watch a little bit here. Yep, keeper by Clayton Sebecki. Cuts back. Still on his feet.
Tackle
take
made
him
by
down.
55.
Yep. But that's not until Clayton picks up more than the first down and gets inside the 10. That's going to be first and goal at the 6-yard line. Yeah, I might be a little late on the call here. I'm watching this little it's completely unnecessary, especially when you're down 20 points with 7 minutes left in the game. So it's one thing to play hard, but when you're intentionally trying to target another opponent, specific player, whether quarterback or whomever, Matthew Rotella Kirschbaum back in the game in the backfield with Clayton. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left. Handoff to Matthew Rotella Kirschbaum. He drives forward for about 3 yards. Makes it second down and goal from the 3. Matthew Rotella Kirschbaum, the junior, so he'll be back for his senior year next year. You got a lot of that offensive line. Max Martin, Austin Bowling, Hayden Jobe, Trevor Williams graduating. And as well as, I missed somebody. Who was that?
Will Wagner?
Well, no, Bowling, Austin Bowling. Low snap. Picks it up. Keeps from getting from losing yardage on it. So, unfortunately, though, it's no gain on the play. So third down and goal still from the 3.
Brought down on the play by Mason.
Tristan Dare back in the game in the up back position. Boy, I'd like to see Clayton take it in and get that school record for most touchdowns in the season. I'm guessing that call is I'm going to call it's going to be a quarterback keeper to one side or the other.
Yeah, maybe they should have read that off before the game so that Bishop Dunne knew about it.
Clayton asking for the playback again. We're inside of 10 seconds on the play clock now. It's down to 5. Sebecki on the keeper. Stutter step. He's hit. And they stop him, maybe gain of a yard. And they stop him at the 2-yard line. Oh. You're hearing something there, Jet. There we go. It's this crazy.
Sorry, folks. We were trying to. Steve had mentioned it earlier that. No. Still got it.
Oh, sorry. Bowling's only a junior. Thank you, Coach Dickert. Yeah, but Austin Bowling is a junior. Yep. My apologies.
There we go.
Sorry, that was my. Yeah, he Purdue and Bowling are returning. Coach Trey Dickert right on top of it, keeping me in line here. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, he's probably down there with a nice tall glass of cola down there in Mexico, relaxing. And I mean, nothing relaxes me more than listening to you and I on the radio, Steve, on vacation. No less.
Nothing puts me to sleep more than listening to this broadcast. All right, so Lions take a timeout. That's their second of the second half, so they've got one left. They lead 38-18, 4 minutes, 31 seconds left. 4th down and goal from the 3. And I know that if you're new to football, you're looking at this going, hey, they're up 20. Why are they going for it on 4th down and 3? And the thought here is that you're going to give the other team an opportunity to stop you versus kicking a field goal, which so technically kicking the field goal would be running the score up, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So,
well, I think you also got to try to get Sebecki that record like we're talking about. So I would not if I were the offense coordinator for Grapevine Faith, not that I'm criticizing the way this game has gone, I'd try to pop him out to the outside and let him run with it because he's got some fast speed around the corner.
Well, you've got Noah Smith kind of in that up back position. There's a keeper by pass to Noah
nice
Smith.
job.
Nice play. Touchdown, Noah
What a
Smith
call.
from Clayton Sebecki.
And that's why I'm not an offensive coordinator.
Yeah, they were focused in, a couple of spies on Sebecki. Noah Smith was lined up as an up back where we normally see Tristan Dare here on the left side. And
what a great call that was.
Yeah, play fake to Matthew Patella-Kirschbaum, and then he just throws a little pass in the flat there to Noah Smith.
Yeah, I was thinking
touchdown.
you were trying to get Sebecki that record, but, hey, that's a nice play there. That was really nice.
Well, I mean, can we say that it's a touchdown pass?
Yep.
I mean, total touchdowns. I think if we're talking total touchdowns, he's got that record because he's thrown a couple touchdowns tonight in addition to running one. Thomas Hudnall in to kick the extra point. The freshman kicker back up to Josh Holroyd. Out of Josh Holroyd's hold, I should add. And that is good. Comes the flag crew. And the Lions extend their lead to 45-18 now. So putting this game a little bit more out of reach.
A little bit more out of reach. It's out of reach, Steve.
Well, just a little bit more. Couple updates. Prestonwood Christian down to Parish Episcopal, 42-28 in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Brookhill.
McKinney Christian comes back and ties up Brookhill in the fourth at 28 all. What else we got?
Midland Christian still up 42-3. Maybe if Scott and Kevin are still listening out in the Midland area, we can get an update on that Permian Midland High.
Coach Will Musig heading down to the field. Grace Community now up 35-21 on Covenant in the fourth quarter.
You know, some of those games,
matchup.
you go back and you're like, I know we got beat, but, man, it sure would have been good to beat Grace Prep or Grace Community.
Yep.
They came out fired up. This is one of the most complete games I think we played all year, both offensively and defensively. And came out in that second half, especially after the adjustments were made in the locker room. Man, that defensive line really came up fired up.
Kick by Holroyd. Lands about the 15. Kicks back behind Roan, who finally picks up about his 2. Makes a couple of moves. Still on his feet. Breaks a couple of tackles. Still on his feet. Breaks another tackle. Finally taken down by Corbin Irwin out over the 25-yard line. Looked like the Falcons were going to be pinned deep in their own territory, but nice moves there by Roan to get the ball out over the 30-yard line.
He's a little slippery, that guy.
Yeah. Man, yeah, the Falcons have athletes. There is no question.
Yep.
They've struggled in their passing game, that's for sure. But, man, the running game is as solid as we've seen. Grace Community had a really solid running game as well.
Yeah, they did too.
But definitely this Dunne game, they just have a lot of options available to them, a lot of weapons.
Oh, Kevin is listening still. Permian, 21 over Midland High, 21-14. That's a heartbreaker.
Mojo.
That's a heartbreaker for the Midland Bulldogs.
Hand off to Jackson. Stutterstep's kind of waiting to pick up a couple of blocks.
But see the difference in the second half there's more tacklers going to the ball than there was in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. Corbin Irwin in there, Colton Abercrombie. Yeah, Austin Bowling, Hayden Jobe walking off with a little bit of a limp.
Yep.
Ryan Purdue going to go in.
Second down.
Mentioned him earlier. All right, clock running, 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in the game. Your Lions leading 45-18. Falcons second down in about 4. Reams looking to pass. Chase out of the pocket, rolls to his right, and he's hit.
Goodness
right in the hands
gracious.
of Christian Corley and bounces incomplete. So missed opportunity there. Yeah, he was hit. Van Shoemaker hit Reams right as he was throwing the ball.
Great Van Shoemaker.
And so nice play there by Van, and that caused Reams to kind of throw up a duck, and Christian couldn't hold on to it. So 3rd down and 4 here for the Falcons. Interestingly enough, number 3, Luke Jackson, their big, tall receiver, is not in the game. He just went to the sideline. There's a handoff inside to Jackson. Still on his feet, breaks a couple of tackles.
Goodness
still
gracious.
driving, breaks another tackle, cuts it back. My goodness. Finally being chased down. Tristan Dare, they're trying to strip the ball from him. They just need to tackle him. Finally taken out the 15-yard line, so Bishop Dunne with a little bit more to cheer for.
Put down on the play by Cullen Abercrombie.
Clock continues to run. We're right at 3 minutes left in the game. Again, your Lions leading 45-18 here on senior night. Last home game of the regular season for the Lions. And no official word yet, but anticipate that we'll be traveling to Fort Worth next week to play All Saints.
We'll guys get you that road hotel information for you next week as well.
Reams with play action. Rolls out looking for a man in the back of the end zone, and
Goodness.
it's caught.
Quincy Reams. Pass.
That Clayton Sobecki, golly.
Pass is complete to Jackson. I mentioned Jackson won in the game. He came in that time, and he caught the pass. Excuse me, that's Mabel's.
Yeah, not really worried about that. But
Or Mays.
I'd rather Clayton not get hurt than
Right.
to make a play like
Yep.
that. But, yeah, that's kind of like that's a quick little drive by those guys. You really don't want to do that either. But they anticipate an onside kick from those guys. So Clayton's had a great game. I frankly, he's such a great athlete. It's hard to keep him off the field.
Well, interestingly enough, Jack, the Bishop Dunne fight song is the exact same as Grapevine Faith's. Going for two here. There's Reams with the keeper. He punches it into the end zone.
Quincy Reams runs in.
So that extra point is good. Their first of the night, I believe.
That brings our score to your
So 2 minutes, 40 seconds left in the game. And our score right now, 45-26, Lions leading. Well, I will say I give a huge tip of the cap to the defense for the adjustments they made in the second half. They have stepped up, made some big stops early in the third quarter when they needed to. The offense came down, and then when the Falcons got a little chippy and pretty physical, the Lions responded in kind. And like I said, Jack, just kind of pinned their ears back and just kind of shoved it down their throat.
Yeah, I think we talked about it. Just getting the defensive line to get their pads lower than the offensive line, making contact at the line of scrimmage, and then coming back with some help from the linebacking crew and some other tacklers. It really helps out a lot.
Jack, I forgot to mention I have a huge peanut allergy, and it's airborne, and you're eating Snickers bars, and so I need my where's my pen, my EpiPen. I'm kidding. I guess that's something I should joke about.
I don't.
I didn't mean anything, but I was just
Boy,
kidding.
you're making me nervous.
Sorry, I was just kidding. All right, little, kind of an onside kick there, taken by up back. Is that Ben or?
It was.
onside kick.
No, Nathan Triggerstad. Sorry. So he reels that one in.
First down.
Okay.
So-
Here's what you do on this drive, Steve. You hand the ball to Matthew Rotello, Kirschbaum, and don't do anything else. Just hand it off. That's all you do.
Well, he's back there in the backfield.
You don't want to get Clayton hurt.
Three receivers on the far side now, so a little different look.
I'd bring everybody in, but I get it.
There's a hand. Oh, keeper by Sebecki.
Why?
Brings on the near side.
Go down, Clayton. Please go down.
Still
Just
on
go
his
down.
feet.
Just go down. Just
Trying
go
to run
down.
out of
Just go
bounds. He
down.
does go down shy of the 50-yard line. So nice run there by Clayton Sebecki.
I'm sorry. I just don't want to see that kid get hurt going into next week's game.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. I'd be okay just handing the ball off here. Clock running, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game. And again, the Lions leading 45-26.
Yeah, you probably got to get one more first down here, Steve, and that's about it. Actually, you may not even need to get another first down. Just hand the ball up to Rotello, Kirschbaum, and then be done with it. Just get Clayton out of there, like as far as get away from the play. Don't want to get stepped on. And
Clock running inside of 2 minutes now. Sebecki with the handoff to Kirschbaum. Hit at the 50 initially, but drives forward for about 3 yards. So nice play there by Matthew Rotello Kirschbaum.
keep it going. Just keep it going.
Yep, just a steady diet of Kirschbaum here, right?
Yeah.
Williams brings up second down.
I mean, you can run this clock down to almost 1 minute left.
Yeah, there's Minute 28 left on the game clock. There's about a 3 or 4 second differential between the game clock. We'll see if the Lions got their look over to see if there's any change of plays. Big Jack Bourne signaling that in over there with Coach Ware. Jack Bourne's been a big part of the program this year. Another handoff to Kirschbaum. Sidesteps a couple of guys, stays on his feet, continues to drive forward, out close to a first down. He's going to be stopped about a yard short at about the 42-yard line.
Timeout. Official timeout, thank God. Why is he calling it official timeout?
Yeah, he's having to reset the play clock. If our guys are looking, there we go. Reset the play clock, there we go. Matthew Attila Kirschbaum's helmet came off, so he's coming off the field. Hayden Joe back in the game. Good to see that. He was limping off earlier. Yeah, the only
Music already went out of the box and he's down there coaching.
Oh, yeah. He asked early. He'd been gone for a while. The real bummer tonight, Jack, just the heartbreaker is Michael Offord.
He hasn't moved off that bench since he went out.
So kind of a victory formation here for the Lions. There's going to be a penalty, timeout by the Lions. There's 32 seconds left, and they call a timeout here. Game well out of reach, obviously, and just want to make sure that they're just going to snap it and take a knee. The Falcons have have 2 timeouts left, I should say, and opted not to use those, fortunately. But yeah, I was just saying, just heartbreaking for Michael Offord, he is an alpha omega. He started here in kindergarten. He's been here 13 years, 4-year letterman on the varsity football team, and re-injured that foot tonight. Out, I would presume out for the rest of the season. He's not been playing the second half.
Gosh.
And, man, you can just see, sitting on the bench and see him just hanging his head, and I just hate that for him because he is one fine young man. He is a great individual.
Really
great football player, but
I
just a
was
good
going to
person.
say, even for the first 2 games of the season, he really kind of brought a different dynamic to the offense that we didn't. He was almost in there as a protector, but then we realized he could actually run the ball, so it was actually a pretty good, nice little, change of pace.
There's another handoff to Kirschbaum, and he's going to have the first down. Got a helmet flying off by somebody. Couldn't tell whose that was. I think it's Matthews. Yeah, that's the second play in a row. His helmet's come off. Magically, I guess. But that's going to run the clock down, and that's going to be the last play of the game. Yeah. That's going to do it. So, an impressive win, a much-needed win. It was, I would say, Jack, it was really still in question at halftime. But, man, the Lions came out and did what they have not done in a few games, and that is they put a second half together that was decisive and put this thing away. And the biggest thing, they drove the ball offensively, but the big thing is that they made adjustments on defense.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and that makes you kind of a complete football team when you can come out here and do what you want to do offensively. And then when you may not have quite the defensive thing in the first half, but make adjustments in the second half, that really does make a difference.
Yep.
And they did. They made the changes, and they worked out pretty good. So great coaching the second half. Locker room, I guess, is really where that change was made. But so. Congratulations, a good finish to the season. It's always good to win the last game of the regular season for sure.
Yep.
And then, hopefully you win the last game of the season overall.
Well, again, we do not know officially what next week's going to look like. We anticipate that it is probably going to be at All Saints, but we will post that on the Mixler app and on the YouTube channel once we have the final details of that. But anticipate next Friday night, possibly Saturday, but probably next Friday night, at All Saints in Fort Worth. Well, again, huge thanks to Matt Cosby for being on our camera tonight. Would not have had video tonight without him.
He's already taken down the camera.
Yeah, he's done. He's out of here.
Go up there and take it down for him.
He's already at home on the couch.
Yeah.
Huge thanks to Matt Cosby for that and his wife Rachel for giving him up for the game. So thank you so much, Cosby family. For Jack Wharton and Steve Anthony saying so long, our final here, 45-26, your Lions victorious on senior night here at Grapevine Faith.
Adios.
And we'll see you next week. Again, we'll post those times on the Grapevine Faith YouTube page as well as the Mixler app. You've been watching Grapevine Faith Football on the Grapevine Faith Sports Network.